Hey, what's up? It's John Kissy. And then guys laughing all that.
I see someone's cogs go through your head.
What?
The cogs. I see the cogs moving in your head. You're like, yo, 105, 106.
My mind was doing this math over this part 2. Is it 105?
Oh, shit. I was like, who's going to break first? Me or the tongue?
I couldn't even.
I felt the energy coming. I knew he was going to start. I already, before he even started laughing, I felt the vibrations coming.
Go ahead.
I tried not to look that way. I tried not to look laugh. Man.
Deep breathing and shit. You cutting all this up?
Yeah. I'll just wait till.
Nah, keep this, man.
You
Keep
gonna
this.
leave this in.
I do leave it in sometimes too. Oh, pause.
Make sure she's awake.
Yeah.
And then what you do? You put it on Spotify and you go to.
Oh, shit. Okay, we got the giggles tonight. Let's go.
Oh shit.
It's going to be fun.
Oh,
Good weed, shit.
Yeah.
oh shit. Hey, what's up? It's John Kizzy. You know who is he, aka Philly G, because I know who I be. And I'm here with King Tigger,
What's up?
DJ Laton.
I'm back.
We got my cousin Ray Ray.
What it do? What it do?
We got Matthew in the house.
I didn't think of a punchline or a catchphrase. Is that
That's a
all right?
good one.
That's all right.
It's all good. And we have extra special guest Ryan Summers, RS Smooth, up in the house for part 2
Part 2.
of our Smooth Grooves. So, yeah, man, how was the weekend, y'all?
Oh, you know, there's only one thing to talk about that came out of the weekend. I couldn't wait to be back.
Oh my god.
I thought I'd have some Ice Cube to talk about, but then someone was like, nah, Kenny just, man, I think I was halfway through Ice Cube's album, and then someone said, Kendrick Lamar dropped an album. I'm like, what? And then I read somewhere
that was me, bro.
oh, yes, it was you
Yeah, it was me,
in the
bro.
chat. I thought you was
I
like,
don't want to give you no credit.
I know. He was like, someone.
yeah, well, because it's him, I thought it was going to be some meme to something making fun of Kendrick Lamar
Yeah,
or
I
something.
thought-
It was just going to be some bullshit.
Yeah.
But nah, 12 tracks. And he comes swinging out the gate. Assume everyone heard it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What y'all think?
Oh wow.
Man, oh man. We got to talk. We got some lots to talk about with that album. Man.
Yeah.
Man, that first track.
Like
And
the
I didn't
murals?
even know that he had a mural of himself and someone like defaced it.
Yeah.
So that's where the title track, not title track, the first track's name come from, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he mentioned like everything that you were wondering what he was thinking about.
You definitely did.
That's why I like it, just to the point.
Like
First
you,
few seconds, he's going in. You know what I mean? So,
like you said, F everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, make it plural.
Yeah.
Man.
Paying attention to what the internet been saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You hit right on the nose right there. Like, he came after anybody who's anybody that had something to say about him.
Got back with Mustard, made some bops.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to it a whole lot yet. I listened to the first track. I heard something today. There's a part where his voice cuts out. He says something about, or the speculation is, he says something about, I made Cole apologize. Did you guys hear this?
Oh,
Like it
I wonder if
rhymes
that's
with
what-
whatever he says right before it punches
Oh,
out.
really?
don't
I didn't know that.
You guys
Yeah.
are the experts.
Yeah, there are 2 points where
Yeah.
stuff is cut out.
Yeah.
I wondered that because I was like, this isn't the clean version. Why would
Yeah,
The
yeah.
first thing I look at too, I said, yo, this is the clean version I listen to? Where that
happens
whole
on-
piece gone?
Ready to Die with Biggie? That happens too. It's
Yeah.
like, he's cursing and there's one part, and it's like, why did they bleep that? Like, it's weird. All the stuff. Is
Years later, you hear the real version, and you find out what he says. Well, that wasn't that bad, but it's the label or something. You say
Yeah.
something about killing police officers. They'll cut that out. Didn't Young Buck say something like that?
Yeah.
It's probably it could be whoever they sampled to. They might have been like, we're cool except for that. Take that out or bleep that out or whatever. And we don't care if you curse, but you know what I mean. So I don't know, but maybe is that the speculation? He says something about J. Cole. Like, wow.
He did say something about J. Cole because there is a version out there that's hit the internet, and he does mention something about J. Cole apologizing, right? So,
Oh,
yeah.
So he cut it out.
Because I was in what's the name of that track? GNX.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
GNX.
was
Yeah.
in GNX that he references that, right? So
It's probably the label. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
it's Kendrick, but who knows?
definitely wouldn't be Kendrick, right? So
So for the Pac fans in the room, how do y'all feel about their song Reincarnation?
I love it. I love that the state gave him permission where Drake did the AI thing, and they were just like, "Man, come on," you know what I mean? So I like that.
Reincarnated. That was
high.
I like the one mic flip.
Yeah.
Like the homage he pays to Nas.
R.I.P. Chucky Thompson, who produced One Mic too.
Definitely.
Nice.
Was that the hit 'em up beat?
No.
that he used?
It was-
What beat was that?
Made. I don't want to say the N word. Made N word from the gang related soundtrack. So it was Tupac and the Outlaws, but this is like
Okay.
97 something. Like that.
Okay.
I was looking the other day, man. There's only 2 members active of the Outlaws right now. Most of them are deceased, unfortunately. But yeah,
Oh,
it's
really?
crazy. Yeah.
And I think Napoleon like quit.
Yeah, there's a couple that are just alive, but they're just not in it anymore. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah, man, it was tough
Kendrick?
album.
Kendrick did that thing before. I don't know if he did it before or he cut it out before too in Good Kid, Mad City. I can't remember what song it was, but he was gonna say somebody's name and they cut it. I don't know. Maybe it does make sense that it was J. Cole and they cut it again because it was. I think he was in the verse. It was like until somebody killed some, and it was like yo, and then they cut it. It's in Good Kid, Mad City. I can't remember what song it is, but they do like take it out.
Right.
Maybe he is mentioning J. Cole. Maybe he's saying something. I didn't think about that, but it makes sense. It would go along with the Kendrick wave. You know what I mean?
Cole like explained himself in that. What was that song that he just put out? I forget the title. Right
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, he just put that out and basically explained the situation, why he took it back and blah blah blah. He didn't want to lose a brother. He said about Drake and all that. And so I don't know. Maybe Kendrick was like, "Yeah, well, I'm getting your both anyway."
Yeah.
I don't know. You know.
I can see Kendrick being like that there. I mean, like, you know what? You don't want to lose a brother, but I'm still coming at you.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Then did you see they're trying to what's the dude's name? He's trying to say he's taking Drake to Compton and he dissed Kendrick's album.
Yeah.
What's his-
Snoop.
Snoopy Badass. or
Snoopy
something like
Badass.
that,
Yeah.
But then Whack 100 came out and said, no, like, stop that. Like, you ain't talked to his camp. That ain't happening. You're trying to, like, this could be an actual physical issue if Drake comes here and blah, blah, blah. So,
Yeah.
it's just all over the place, man, right now. It's crazy. But it's good for hip hop, I think. Competition. Like, where's Drake? Do you think Drake's going to drop something or come back? Or
Yeah, that's true.
He
like
sounds
musically, not lawsuits.
No,
musically.
Yeah.
I think he has to. I honestly think Drake has to come up with something now. Like, he has to answer, I think.
He seems angry. From the interview with Smooth was talking about, he seems very angry.
Yeah, that live stream where Drake was like, basically said multiple things, but he's like, "Oh, to come at me, you need facts."
Yeah, not fairy tales. Yeah.
Yeah, not fairy tales. You memorized that one, didn't you?
Oh man, I mean,
I really wanted to know what you thought of the Kendrick
you really want
album.
to be like I seen the interview and I was like, it was cringy. I wouldn't.
Like the live stream with Drake.
Yeah, it was really cringy to watch. Like I could see he probably just that mad that he had to say something or he wanted to say something, but it was hard to look at.
Did you see there was a part they played a song by The Weeknd? He's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
no,
he
gotta
did
switch
turn
that."
that. Yeah,
Yeah, I was like,
he's really beefing.
He mad at everybody.
He's really, and I understand why. Uh-oh.
Well, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I feel like the pressure's on if you ask me to respond. Like,
Yeah.
and it's funny because he ignored that Drake put out the Hard Part 6 and just called his one the Hard Part 6.
Yeah,
and which is dope because they flipped that SWV song. That's dope.
Yeah, that song was, man, that was crazy.
What do you think about the shelf life of this album? Because it's like a lot of them songs on that album are bops.
Yeah.
Like West Coast, like bops that you would have heard like 10, 15 years ago. Kind
I
of.
think you got a shelf life.
We'll see.
I don't think the content is going to have a great shelf life, but the songs themselves can have a shelf life just because they are dance songs. You know what I mean? It's that West Coast G-Funk style. Right? So, yeah.
So, like, it's funny that he never put Not Like Us on there. You know what I mean? Because it's never been on an official album. It was just
Right.
It's a single. So I'm still looking for that West Coast Not Like Us remix. I thought it would have been on the album. Maybe it's coming. Who knows? We might just get a video out of nowhere with a bunch of them. So,
Or maybe a deluxe where they could add it on there.
You see, he said something about when Snoop reposted Taylor Made, he blamed it on the edibles.
Yeah.
Did you see what Snoop replied?
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, it was the album."
Yeah. Snoop the other day, did you see he rolled a blunt in like 20 seconds?
Yeah.
Buddy asked him, how fast can you roll? And then he was on a live stream. And he didn't even realize Buddy was doing something else. And then he come back to him and was like, okay, let me time you. And the dude's like, man, he's done. I told him, he's like, what time is it? He said 12:20. And then he's like, what time is it? It's 12:20. He's like, you just said that. And he didn't realize he finished rolling the blunt in like 19 seconds. Like, it's crazy. Snoop
Snoop a professional, bro.
Can I pose a question to the group? Who does Kendrick Lamar bring out for the Super Bowl? Your predictions?
Nobody. Do it yourself.
Yeah.
Does he have enough?
I think.
I don't know, catalog wise to hold a Super Bowl audience by just himself.
Remember, he also.
I'm mainly asking about Lil Wayne.
He also got them pop records. Like, what if he brought out Maroon 5, Taylor Swift, all that? You know what I mean? Like, as it is a Super Bowl. But I feel like he should do it himself. Just like, don't, you know what I mean? Do you? It'd be cool. Maybe it'll get there.
Not right now.
If Wayne don't go at him.
February, January?
If Wayne don't go at him,
Yeah,
maybe.
Wayne will go out maybe, right?
But-
And I think the only way Taylor Swift does anything is if KC's in the finals.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean,
Yeah. So but I feel like he should solidify your own, man. Do it
Yeah.
yourself. Have a
If her
memorable.
boyfriend's in the finals, I got to think, she's not going to perform. I wouldn't want to, have to watch the game and perform. I can't.
Yeah. No,
I mean, not that I'm fully up on Taylor Swift.
Stop lying. You know.
I would say the only two people that he should bring out, if he brings out anybody, is the two producers that help put him on. That'd be Dre and Mustard. If he brings out anyone, right? So
Yo,
Audience is bored with just him, though. Yeah.
bro.
Nah, I don't. See
I can see an incredible performance of All Right, for example. Like if he does that, like I think that would
Yeah,
be
it's all right.
powerful. You know.
You guys are wrong.
Tell us the scoop. Tell us the scoop.
Wrong.
What's up?
He's on his petty bully run right now. He's gonna bring on everybody that Drake is not cool with.
Absolutely.
I don't think it's these. What if he brought out Drake?
that would be crazy.
Drake's already solidified in Australia that day.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, is he?
yeah, that's what he mentioned on
Man,
that.
you really know Drake facts. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he on it.
Like damn.
I watched the pettiness that's happening in between them because he's like doing stuff when Super Bowl is happening. It's all about the petty.
That's funny.
He's
It's all a
just
big
making
game.
sure he's busy.
It's all a big game going on right now. But I feel like Kendrick, he trying to bully, bro. He gonna bring out everybody that we think he have nothing to do. That's what I think.
It'd be really cool if he brought out all them people on the album. A lot of like new, like late, people that you might not be familiar with. If he gave them that shine, that'd be incredible.
I didn't realize that's what the song Peekaboo was about, until someone broke it down online. I didn't realize who these people were. He was saying their names and
dope,
going off on that.
So who knows where he'll go?
I think he's going to pull up just kind of like how we did the video. It's going to be an LA event, but in New Orleans. Not with necessarily guest features, but famous people from LA that are rocking
What
with
if they
him.
boo him though?
You know what I
In
mean?
New Orleans. He should.
Does the NBA and NHL, do they take the day off of the Super Bowl? They take the night off, don't they?
I think so.
Slide the rose for that.
DeMar.
Speaking of videos, you guys see the Squabble Up video?
Yeah.
He dropped a video for that.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's just like one shot in a one room, but it got a lot going on in it.
I like the creativity.
Yeah.
Different.
It was a good video. I really get up for the Drake take, man. I want to know what the belt's about. I think I mentioned it to you guys. I don't know what that belt's about. That's the same belt he's wearing in another clip too.
Maybe it's the championship belt.
Maybe it's I don't know this.
Trying to say he won.
Yeah.
I seen a picture of it, and it actually looks like it has color on it. And the video, it looks like it's gold. You know what I mean? It's
It
weird.
got color on it though. It's like it got like a few colors on it. Actually.
Yeah.
Red, yellow, blue. Got a few colors.
Something about that belt, bro. It's something. There's a reason why I keep wearing it. It's Kendrick, bro. He trying to make you think about something.
I know
that,
everything means something.
Yeah.
I know he got like all them Grammy nominations too. So I mean that's gonna be a big month for Kendrick.
Yeah, he's got a good year, man.
Yeah, he on the track. I can't lie.
Would you say "Not Like Us" is the song, the hip hop biggest hit, or I don't know if you want to say song or biggest hip hop song of 2024?
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think easily.
Undeniably.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I would
No
give it to him.
question about
I would
that.
give it to him.
Yeah. Even
Song of the decade so far.
Just
Decade?
longevity. Ooh.
what got it?
Dang, I don't even know right now. Decade. We going back where?
Well, we're going
We're
halfway in 2025. So I mean,
Yeah, so we
2015.
no, 2020.
like basically from 2020 to now.
Yeah.
Would you say it's the song of the decade?
Damn. What came out?
I'm trying to think of what Drake songs. Came
Yeah.
What was nice for what?
Dang, man.
It
I would
probably
say
had
with
the
the
longest.
longevity that it had.
It was impactful.
Yeah,
It was
the
really
longevity that
impactful.
it had. I don't think it can be touched right now.
It was very
I
impactful.
still think you could do the remixes. That's what I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah, for sure.
Because then it's just new bars, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Put on a bunch of people, whatever. Make it an all-star affair, or whatever.
And give the song
If
even
you
more
ain't
life.
Drake, jump on this remix.
Maybe he debuts the remix at the Super Bowl.
Oh, that'd be
Oh, that'd be
incredible.
crazy.
Yeah. That's
There
a
you
good
go.
one.
That'd be
That's a good
crazy.
I can see
Who's
that.
going on that remix?
Sheesh. Snoop for sure.
Snoop.
Ice Cube, you gotta say
think
sorry
Ice
for
Cube-
stepping on him.
If you're going for West Coast greats, E40, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dre, you know what I mean?
I think Mount Westmore.
AI Tupac, no, just
Honestly, I think Mount Westmore should be all on that
that'd be
remix,
cool.
right? So,
Too short for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like you said, these are Pac, E40, Too Short. Cube.
What's his relationship with Game? Does he have tension with Game?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Game, I think Game supported Drake at the time, so I don't know. Cause they remember when he did that show, and they all talking about, oh, Game, you wasn't there. They said, oh, Game wasn't invited again to another, you know.
That's right.
So I don't know. It's like it's weird because Game has a relationship with Drake, and they always talk about that situation when I think it was Puff was out for Drake, and Game hooked it up for him when he was in L.A. So they always think Game and Drake have that like tight. That's how it looks, but I'm just looking for I'm looking from the outside. I don't know if he really has a relationship with Drake or not. So
Yeah, but you think about the game as well. If you're on top, he don't like you
true,
because he wants to be on top. So he's gonna say whatever he can. Right?
true.
One person you never considered he would bring up for Super Bowl, the guy who picked him to do it. Hove.
Oh, Jay-Z?
Yeah.
They got a song together. you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Jay-Z can't show his face right now, can he? He hasn't shown his face in months.
I don't know.
Puffy did say he's still hiding.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know the
true.
last
No,
time
he
I
was just
seen
at the
Jay-Z.
watch. He was just at some football game the other day,
Oh,
walking
was he?
through. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
When's the last time we heard him get on the mic or in front of a
It's
camera
coming.
and speak?
it's coming. What?
Jay different, bro.
He's like, Kendrick, I'll let you do Super Bowl. Let me do my new single
Yeah.
though. Bang.
I think the next time you see Hove on a mic is when the Super Bowl's in New York.
You think he'll give it to himself? You'll have Hov at the Super
I
Bowl?
think he'll give it to- no, I don't think he's gonna give it to himself. But whoever artist that he picks for New York, he's gonna
Oh, he'll come out for him.
Is it already scheduled for New York?
Not yet. I think
curious.
I'd probably give like another 2 or 3 years and it'll be there.
Yeah.
They always try to do warmer climates just because the chances of bad weather are rare, right? But you can't deny the other climates.
Are there any dome stadiums in New York? I'm not a football guy. I don't know.
Good
I
question.
think the Jets. No, they had snow the other day. Giants.
It's a great question. Maybe New
I don't know,
Jersey.
man.
I don't know about
Buffalo?
New York.
Maybe Buffalo.
I'm sure.
I can't remember. Trying to remember how many times Tom Brady played in the. No, that's Boston.
If it's in Buffalo, they need to give it to West Side Gun. Just him.
West Side Gun at the Super Bowl?
All right.
Just
think
have
the
the whole
next-
Griselda out there. You get
They're gonna be done with rappers after Kendrick for a minute. They gotta
Oh, yeah,
bring
they
it back
have
to
to.
like
They
groups
have
or
to, right?
pop
So-
or whatever. You know, what I mean? Even country. I bet you it'll be a country person.
It wasn't last year.
Shabuzi or something like that.
it was not- yeah, Usher.
Yeah.
Usher was last year.
I should have groped Alicia Keys.
And you got jealous.
I got mad for speak. I was like, man, seriously?
You croak. You were just dancing, man.
Uh-huh.
That was groping.
That was groping, bro. Straight up. I think the next Super Bowls are in L.A., actually.
Can't be.
Yeah, I think the next one's in L.A.
Maybe Vegas. No, because they just did Vegas.
It just yeah.
Can't be the LA. We just did LA, 3 years ago?
I think L.A. is next. And some we just talk. I think L.A. is up. We need a fact checker. I think L.A. is like next, man.
I ain't got a clue.
I think L.A. is next.
Oh,
He's the fact checker.
yeah, he's looking up so he can see when. Then what are we looking for? When it's next?
Next Super Bowls. I think there's something we were going on with about why they didn't do Wayne or do freaking Kendrick, and then because Kendrick would have like 2 more opportunities up next in L.A. I think there's something we were talking about.
I don't
I
know.
thought they just did it. What was the West Coast one? Where was that at?
I was in LA.
And I was
Wasn't that 2 years ago?
Can't remember.
No, because Rihanna was.
Rihanna was
2 years ago.
Because that was that's when Snoop and all them guys came up. It was in LA, and that was the Rams Stadium because Snoop came out in the Rams colors, right? So,
Super Bowl 2026 in Santa Clara, California. Who plays in that stadium?
Cali.
Santa Clara.
So it's going back to Cali next year.
Sounds like a.
no,
Yeah, it
it's
Levi's Stadium.
Yeah, it was the opportunities. Like they say, oh,
Levi's
Kendrick
Stadium.
could have been on that one because it's like but
Oh, that's the Chargers.
It's also now, like the Kendrick is now. So
that's true.
so
I
it's
agree.
good
I do
timing
agree
for
with
it,
that.
yeah.
He hot now. It's just like Usher. Usher was hot last year.
Yeah.
Kendrick is hot this year. So they picking who's on the run.
Man, Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Well,
He ain't dumb. He ain't dumb. Everybody gonna be watching. That's the hair not like us.
Yeah.
See if he does it in front of the world.
I would say for sure.
He definitely doing it. Couple 5 times. Like 2
Oh, you mean like you did at the?
yeah.
That's all he does the whole time, just not like us.
Not like us.
Remember this?
Oh, sheesh.
I ain't lie, I'm a Drake fan, but I'd be sick, bro. I'd be freaking sick watching that.
I can see why Drake's busy.
He does it twice. One the real version, and then the next one the remix.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that.
I could see it.
That could be a possibility, you know?
Well, you only got so much time though.
13 minutes. That's all they
You only
got.
got 13
Yeah.
minutes. So 13 minutes, you don't really need to do 5 songs.
That's what I'm saying. He could
So
do
what
it
would be
himself.
those
It's
5?
only 13 minutes. Like it's not that.
Yeah.
It's not like a half hour or something. You know?
And it ain't even really much. It's about the songs, but it's more about the production that you put behind them songs.
Yeah.
About creativity.
He got hits.
And usually he doesn't. They don't usually do whole full songs either, right?
I mean, especially if you got a bunch of hits, you got to, that's what Usher did. That was dope. Even Rihanna.
Yeah, that was great.
You know what I mean? Rihanna fit in a bunch of songs.
So if he did it by himself, and he has those 5, maybe 6 or 7 half songs, you know what I mean? When you look at it like that, what would be those songs that you think he might do?
All right.
For sure, all right. I think King Kunta, maybe.
I was getting ready to
You
say
know what I mean?
What's the one that he performed already? When he went out with Dre?
humble.
Was it Humble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you might do that again.
He might do Don't Kill My Vibe. I don't know.
I like that.
Drake
song.
Don't Kill My Vibe.
I'm a sinner. Probably
That's the one he got. Well, Ho's on the remix of that one.
yeah.
DNA is probably one that he
Yeah, that'd be dope.
formed.
But I mean, he also might lean into new records. Like, who knows by then, one of them other ones off the
Yeah.
album. might be-
Yeah.
Like Squabble Up is already climbing, so that.
Or he might do Not Like Us for the whole fucking 15
That's
minutes.
what I'm saying.
So you guys said Santa Clara. That's actually the home of the San Francisco 49ers.
Is it the 49ers?
Oh, okay.
That's Super Bowl 2026. Super Bowl 2027. SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, home of the Los Angeles Rams and the Los
Yeah,
Angeles
bro.
Chargers.
Double
home
shot.
they
Back.
share
bro.
stadium.
Back to back.
They got to save one of them West Coast legends. What would it be, Ice Cube or something?
Super Bowl 2028 Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta.
Oh wow.
If they don't bring out Outkast, the whole shit is a shame.
Not really no Outcast in Atlanta.
Jermaine Dupri presents
Future
Jermaine
coming
Dupri and
No,
Friends.
bro, I guarantee it's going to be. That's
So
that,
deaf.
I got a feeling if the California one's not country, the Atlanta one's going to be country.
No, they're gonna let Andre get his flute on stage. Come on there, play the greatest hits from that album.
Stop.
It's nominated for a Grammy, man.
Stop.
Yeah, that's
If he
crazy.
wins,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I hope he does one.
Just Dungeon Family. That should just
Oh,
go
wait,
all
let's
set.
do this now.
No, because then maybe he'll get back to rapping. I conquered that. All right, now let me go.
Alright.
I mean,
Like a passage, yeah, I get that.
Y'all be surprised if Ludacris came up.
Luda. Yeah,
they should.
he's one of my top 5 usually.
Oh yeah. I think Luda been on before, right? You been on Super Bowl before.
He was
Definitely
at the
guessed
Usher
it.
show.
Oh, okay, yes.
As a guest, he never had his own.
His own.
Oh, you
yeah.
mean have his own? I don't know. I don't remember.
He never had his own.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
There's so many fucking artists out there that can do this shit. They gotta spread out. I mean, it can't be hip hop every year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, right? So
Yeah.
you know.
Why not? I thought that was the whole point.
No, the whole point was that they weren't allowing it to be there. And then Hove got his hands into it, and then they allowed it to be there as long as he could pick who it was. And now that he's allowed to pick who it was, they're going to tell him, okay, yeah, enough with the black faces. We need.
No, I thought that was the whole deal to get their foot off their neck about the whole Kaepernick thing.
And that's what it was.
Hov sat down with the
attention away from that, right? So
But it can't be hip hop forever.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
it
it'd be
can't-
dope.
Well, I'm not complaining about hip hop and R&B. I mean, why not?
Yeah. No, I don't mind it.
Yeah, that'd be
but
dope.
You got other artists that they're going to want to promote.
I just
In
feel when we
Atlanta,
go to
I can't see them
Right.
doing away with hip hop.
I feel like
the
Atlanta would be a
Super Bowl.
showcase of like a bunch of people.
Oh my God,
It's like the Dre thing, like this,
Yeah.
whatever, all that. Like
It'd be fu-
do
it'd
a
be
bunch of
beautiful.
art, like Ludacris, like you said, like a bunch
Yeah.
like that. Jermaine Dupri presents whatever,
It'd
and go like that.
beautiful,
you know?
but they're going to get away from it for probably next couple of years after.
No, I think as long as he has the deal set in place, that is the deal. I don't know how long it's in place,
But
but
money talks. And Jay-Z likes money. He's like, okay, yo, we're gonna throw you a couple mil if we allow this here person.
who are they bringing in? Green Day? I don't know the white groups
They
these
got,
days.
they
I
got-
don't know.
they got a lot that can come over. Country artists,
Oh, stop.
rock and roll. You got a lot
You got
of rock
pop
and roll
artists.
guys, pop artists. You got so many that can come and do this here shit, right? So, like, I'm pretty sure we probably got one coming up in Houston sometime soon.
Yo, did Shaggy do the Super Bowl? Yeah,
I don't think.
because that's another. I'm just thinking of people who got a bunch of hits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like big hits though, like Sean Paul, Shaggy.
I was getting ready to say Sean Paul. I'd like to see him at the Super Bowl.
Didn't Sean Paul do one?
Might have come out.
Did he come over Rihanna?
Might have
I'm
come
not sure.
over.
I don't think so.
No,
Pretty sure he never headlined.
I don't think it did. I don't know if anyone came out with Rihanna. She was all up in the sky and shit.
She was pregnant too.
Yeah, she was pregnant.
Yeah, that was crazy. That's crazy.
I don't know. I mean, he's gonna give it to his wife one of these times. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
That making that difference.
So for
Like he
you
did that
guys,
with a country album.
Exactly.
so looking back on all the different Super Bowls that you guys have watched over the years, what was your favorite performance of all?
Oh, Dre's one for sure for me.
Don't forget about Michael Jackson back in the day. I think he killed.
I was
that.
too young to remember it.
What about
Yeah, seriously.
what about Prince when he did
Oh, yeah,
Rain
Prince.
and It Rained?
was
Hey,
dope.
hey, there you go.
There's a bunch. I like Bruno Mars. Like there was a bunch that were really dope. Yeah. I didn't even mind Usher or Rihanna. Like some
I'm gonna have to go with Usher's. His was the most entertaining. Well, I mean, it's fresh in my mind, but it was pretty entertaining. Like, music aside, come dancing on skates and singing on skates.
and he fit a lot of hits in. Fit a lot
Yo,
of
with
hits. in.
Broogie Neck coming out on that skate, he did.
Really? He's
Yeah, he slipped
can
a little
skate.
bit. He can skate though. No, I'll still say Dre for me. So far, how about you?
It was-
You don't even watch.
I watched Super Bowl. I watched Super Bowl at least. It was one where the Lunatics came out. I can't remember what happened. It wasn't the main artist. It was Nelly and I can't remember what it
That
was.
years ago.
That was years ago. Yeah, I just picture it. They came out in the car. I can't remember who was like the main guy or the person. Then no.
Fuck, what was that?
That was a good one. That wasn't the Janet Jackson one, right? That wasn't that one.
No, I don't even.
no, that was Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake and yeah.
I think it was Janet, but like
Yeah,
Timberlake
it was
came out and guessed.
Nelly came out, right?
That
It
was
was
like
Nelly in the car. I remember. Can't remember who was the headliner though.
I don't know. I remember Missy Elliott coming out for one.
Oh, we got fact checker on here, buddy.
And I like it.
I better watch what they say.
I like pardon the interruption when they got that segment at the end where they do errors and then they go back and hey, you said this and actually it means that. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Like fact check you on the spot.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Nelly did come.
You're
out
putting a
with
lot of work on
Janet
us. A lot of
Jackson.
Oh, he
pressure.
came with Janet
Jackson Timberlake.
Yes.
Kid Rock was out there. Jessica Simpson and Diddy was out there too.
Oh, dope.
Oh,
Yeah. That was your favorite one.
God damn. I had to think. I just
Hey,
remember
man.
Nelly. I didn't remember Diddy coming up. I did not
He
remember
might
Diddy
get
coming up.
bail. He might get bail this time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I saw like basically the judge was trying to say like based on the arguments the prosecution's making, they're not arguments to keep him in jail.
Oh
So
wow.
they might actually give him bail. So
Oh, he's
but like house arrest and all that.
Oh,
Dog
house
saying
arrest.
connect.
Not like free,
Oh,
but like
free.
he just won't be in jail anymore. He'll be in like I think it's supposed to be some Manhattan apartment with 24/7 security, blah blah blah. All that.
Yeah.
we'll never see Diddy again.
Won't be outside.
That's crazy. If Diddy get off, what would the world say? What would they say?
Well, he's not getting off. He's just getting out on bail.
Yeah, I mean like.
When you say get off, you gotta say pause.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
especially when Diddy's in the
So
Right.
quick check. Nelly came out again too in 2000. So that one was 2004. Nelly was also in 2001. He came out with Aerosmith and NSYNC, with Mary J. Blige, Britney Spears, Tremors, and the Earthquake Horns.
Oh, now they came on.
That's
twice.
quite the mix there.
Nelly was hot in 2001 though. I think that's when Country Grammar like first came out. Yeah.
He was the ticket at the time, right?
Yeah.
So,
Crazy.
I heard that someone's rumors online stuff said that this isn't even the Kendrick's main album. He said that there's more to come.
Good.
good.
Put it out.
So what happens if Kendrick's hot again next year? We're gonna get back-to-back Super Bowl.
I doubt it.
Well, it is in California.
I know. It's like the opportunities are there.
Someone puts them on. Whoever's on there, maybe he's guests on a song,
Yeah.
and then he comes out. I don't know.
I think Unk gets it next year.
Snoop,
Yeah,
Snoop.
I think Unk gets it next year.
I could see him bringing out the rest west of Mount Westmore.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone more deserving to get it than Snoop, to be quite honest.
No.
And definitely has the catalog to carry the
for
entire
sure.
show on his own.
I just keep thinking because he must have came out when Katy Perry was there because they got California Girls. I would imagine he came out there in that. And then obviously the West Coast one or whatever, so Dre. Yeah. And Snoop and Dre got a new album. I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah,
Actually, Snoop might
2 more weeks.
Yeah, it's in December. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's the 12th or the 11th, whichever is probably a Friday, right? Did you hear the first single they put out?
Yeah, there's another one too. So there's two.
Oh.
now.
there
Yeah,
another
it's
one?
Gorgeous
Yeah.
with Janae Aiko, and then what's it called? Him and Dre.
Yeah.
on a record.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
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 That's the one I heard. I didn't hear the Janae Aiko one.
Gorgeous.
Anybody hear the new Redman single? I haven't.
Yeah.
No,
I didn't even hear
I
about
like
it.
Brown.
Nope.
I seen the cipher he did with Raekwon and Method Man. That was dope. I didn't
I was
know.
coming up with Muddy Waters too, but it needs to have Eric Sermon on it if you're calling it Muddy Waters too.
I hope so. Eric
Yeah.
Sermon's
Oh.
underrated, man. Jeez.
He also said Black 03 is coming soon. But when they said Black 02 was coming soon, it took like 15 years before it came out. So who knows?
Brothers is busy acting and stuff.
Oh shit!
They smoke a lot of weed too, so maybe they procrastinate a little bit.
They did.
I don't know if you watched Power, but how Method Man, like Redman, was also in that for one season, and then it was done.
Yeah.
And then did you see why? Like why that happened? Like they replaced him because he was Method Man's brother in Power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Replaced him because it was during COVID and he didn't want to mask up. So they
Yeah,
just
Oh, that's why they
set
took
or
him.
whatever. Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
They
Yeah.
recasted him.
Yeah.
I never,
Yeah,
I
they
never
just-
watched
yeah.
that version
Yo,
of Power
50
yet.
don't give a fuck. 50
Nah.
will change it up quick, right? So
But he didn't look nothing like him either.
no,
Like, oh, who's this guy?
couldn't even do no flashbacks from the previous season. Whole different character.
yeah, that's crazy.
Same character though, different actor.
Or sorry, yeah, different actor.
Not
same
to
character.
embarrass. I just
That's
want to
right.
make sure that I heard.
No, that's right. Same character but different actor.
Yo, he fact checking us on everything.
I like it.
Don't slip.
That's why I stay quiet over here now.
All you can talk about. Is
I have a
Drake
mic
now. Is Drake now?
Oh,
you can't know a fact check you
Oh,
on Drake. So
man.
all you can talk about
Why
is
are you
Drake.
doing this straight now?
So did anyone listen to Ice Cube's album?
I
Kinda-
did.
you liked it, right?
Oh fuck, I loved it. I mean, it was nice, smooth, old school, West Coast. He actually he kind of came relevant with it and shit like that there, but he still had that same nursery rhyme scheme type of thing. Like he made sure that those words rhymed out. I mean, even if you had to make it up a little bit, but
Classic Ice Cube.
classic. Classic Ice Cube.
Yeah.
It was good. I don't know who did the beats for him, but the beats were fucking tight,
Bang.
on point too, right? So it was good.
Yeah, no, that's what I felt. It was from what I listened to. I didn't get through the whole entire thing, but every song that I listened to was like, this is a nice, smooth album, right?
Yeah,
What about Ice Cube at the Super Bowl?
I would love it.
I mean, he could definitely do
The
that.
West Coast, one of them
Oh,
West
yeah.
Coast ones.
He did the World Series,
Yeah.
so why not?
Oh yeah, and I could just think about the different names that he could bring out throughout his entire career that are West Coast legends as well.
And he got bangers too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
E40 in the San Francisco 49ers.
That would make sense.
yeah, that'd be dope.
I don't see him being the headliner, but
Yeah.
He got a good following too, and he got a lot of good songs too. I just don't know if they would pick him for that.
Yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
commercial like Ice Cube got.
Yeah,
it's not as
exactly.
commercial, right? Like Smooth said, he's not as commercial. Like
Got bangers though.
I think his following this side east is a lot less than what it is in San Francisco, Oakland. I mean, like his followers are in Oakland, right?
Did Kanye do a Super Bowl?
Oh Lord,
That's a good question.
Again, I'm just thinking of.
I don't think
with
so.
Like a bunch of catalog. Like,
Yeah.
Kanye would be fire.
For going on a huge catalog, I know people hate on her a lot nowadays, but do they bring Mariah Carey out at some point to headline the Super Bowl? Or has she already? I took it off.
I'm trying to
screen.
think. Maybe back in the day, I don't know.
She could do it.
Could she still do it though today? I could see her doing it 20 years ago.
Right.
Maybe almost
She got hits.
basically the same catalog.
That's a good question. Can she still do it today?
And they hate on it nowadays.
People ask the same question about Wayne too. Can Wayne still? I mean, I didn't watch the Wayne New Orleans thing, but I like no, but like, can they still be that person today? Like, wait, why you laugh?
No.
I'm laughing because I'm seeing all these memes from his last concert. that
yeah,
he had,
yeah.
And you can't understand a word that man
See,
said.
that's
bro.
what
why they
people
were like,
saying.
Yeah.
That's what people are saying. Like,
Right choice picking Kendrick.
Yeah.
That's what
yeah,
people said,
I seen a lot of people saying that too, and I was like, man, yeah, Wayne was Wayne
Crazy.
then,
Yeah, it's
but
crazy.
is he still Wayne now? Because
And he using the auto tune too. Like,
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
a shame to say because I seen an interview and everyone takes this guy as a joke. I seen this interview where Orlando Brown, they asked him the question about the Super Bowl. He said, and he started making fun of how Lil Wayne.
I seen that. Yeah,
And now you see these memes the exact same way that he was. I was like, shit, Orlando Brown wasn't joking.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to take Orlando Brown serious.
that one clip of what Diddy, you gave me the oosh.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the? Huh?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the?
Oh my
I
god,
don't know what's happening there. But
he on something, bro.
There's different stages to him, though. He did have a clean interview, which there was no alcohol involved, and he got paid like, I think he got paid like $25,000. And he was smart, intelligent, and none of the foolishness came involved. He's like, you get different stages of me when I get paid. So it depends on how much I'm getting paid to come do these interviews. If you pay me $500, you're getting the other guy. I mean, but if you pay me real money, I'll come on here and have an intellectual conversation with you, right? So it's like, okay, so you are a full blown actor, is what you are. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
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 But I like the $500 guy because that motherfucker make me laugh. I say some fucked up shit.
But on the real though, Mariah Carey, the answer, like, I wish she could do Super Bowl. Like, she fire, bro. Especially this time of year.
that annual check.
Yeah.
Their song goes #1 every Christmas. Like,
I don't know if Smooth do
But that's
it.
when the hate ramps up though this time of year.
it's like 30 years, man.
I don't know if Smooth do it.
Close though, ain't it?
But every party from now on, I'm playing freaking the Mariah Carey song.
I know that when they dropped that Mariah Carey track in the Dipset versus the Locks versus the crowd went nuts. The Honey remix.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
of
course.
course. Yeah.
That's bad, boy. Next question.
That was a gem.
Oh man.
Yeah, so besides those two
I
albums,
forgot you was even here.
he said it like I just scared him too.
We used this man a lot to say. He said that for like the last 20 minutes. I forgot he was even here.
I let y'all get your shit off, man. Anyways, I want to bring it back to the other music I was listening to over the weekend, and that's Smooth Grooves.
I knew he was going to say that.
Yeah, Secret Studio Sessions. I only got through volume one, the smooth side and the groove side, and half of the Big Tune collection.
All right, nice.
And I started writing down songs that I wanted to talk about because I liked them, and I just ran out of time. I liked all of them, man.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it. Wow.
I was like, with the one with Aldine, I was like, oh, yo, that Day to Day.
Yeah.
I go hard. Own Life, Breakdown, That's Life, Desperation, Does a Thing, California. And I was like, oh, another thing I found out is that you guys is right. I listened to it while I was playing Call of Duty here, right? On that little shitty old speaker there.
Yeah.
Right? Then I went to work and I played it. I was like, these songs is like whole new songs on a system that's like,
Yeah.
I like shit. I should just be driving around listening to this shit.
Yeah, man.
Because I like that's the first song that, because you know with Spotify when you're playing it, it will transfer onto your phone when you go into the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Does a Thing came on in the bass. I was like, holy shit! Like who's on production?
So that, I'm pretty sure, shout out to Adrian Bundy. He goes by Adrian Scott. I think back then he used to go by Bass Z, and I hope he doesn't mind if I tell this story. So, like, he used to go by Bass Z, but like, because I would imagine he was influenced heavily by Jay-Z. And I remember played his music for a record exec. This is like in the early 2000s. I was like, yo, and he's like, oh, who's this? And I said his name. He's like, oh man, I love the song, but like the name, you just can't. So I told him that, and he changed his name literally that day. He's like, no, he's gonna go by Adrian Scott. So he did the beat for that one, and I believe it's me, Aldine, and J Main on that one. And yeah, that beat's crazy.
Oh yeah, like all the music in the beats is crazy, and man, even like what was it, Tuesdays? Something,
Big Tune Tuesday.
Yeah, Big Tune Tuesdays. Like, what was that all about?
So I'm glad you asked me that. So basically, and it's crazy because every time a Tuesday, even today, like every time there's a Tuesday that goes by, I'll never forget that. So it was a time. So basically, like back in the day, just randomly, me and, if you know Papa Grant,
Oh yeah,
Gary James, we went to Digby. Shout out to Kerry Johnson. He brought us down there to talk to students or whatever, and we played music. Gary performed, Papa Grant performed, and that's when I first met Aldine, and I met like Notes, Chris Robinson, shout out to him, and Aldine was super quiet, and the only one, like, Notes gave me an actual CD with a song, and I was like, oh, this is dope. And then I didn't realize Aldine even really rap like that. So, and then eventually when he got to the city, I connected with him and realized like how dope he was. And then one time, he'll tell you this story. I got this song clip actually. This not a song clip, but this 6-7 minute clip of Aldine talking about like he did it for my 25th anniversary show, but I'm so glad I have it now. Rest in peace to Aldine. But like he basically tells the story of how like we came to be and how Big Tune Tuesday. So basically, he heard my music through Ghetto Child. And Ghetto was just playing songs. He didn't tell him who it was, and he was just like, "What's that? Like, who's?" He was playing stuff off Secret Studio Sessions Volume 1. And he wouldn't tell him who it is. And then eventually he said, yo, that's smooth. He's like, what? So we both connected because we both thought we were dope. And we would just get together on a Tuesday. Well, it started off on a Thursday, but it switched to Tuesday just based on my schedule at the time. So, and we just get together, go in the studio, pick a beat, write a song, and release it that night. And then the good thing was most of the beats were like local producers too. Like there was some, like Ghetto had some that he just got off the internet, and sometimes Aldine would, but for the most part we tried to pick like local producers like Matty Bow and Grant Keddy and Adrian Scott. Ivy did a bunch of them, et cetera, et cetera. So many I'm forgetting, but and then so that was the whole point. We would put the beat on. Like it was a magic moment. I wish I wish it was like on video. It might even be footage, but literally we would go through beats, and then when that one beat came on that we both would like just at the same time, it would click and be like, oh, okay, that's the one right there. Then it would be, okay, what are we going to write about? You know what I mean? Let's pick a topic or whatever. And, sometimes I do the hook. Aldine would do the verses. I might do a verse, whatever, or the bridge. Sometimes I would just do the hook. He would do the verses. Sometimes he'd do the hook. I would just do a verse. And then we started bringing in other people. So when you say like Desperation, that was like, because we wanted to do different stuff too. Like it wasn't just whatever's hot at the time. Like, Desperation was a concept record where if it's like, I wish we could do a video for that, but it's like the whole idea was we'll just take the title Desperation. So, and then Aldine had this idea of he was locked up and like they needed to get him out. And then his brother, real life brother, Mark Miracle, was on the song. And so Miracle in the song was like, okay, I got you. I'm going to get you out. And then his idea was to rob a bank, get this money. And then so we're all playing a role like J Main's the getaway driver.
I think you're the bank
I think
teller?
I'm the teller, yeah. Darcy, or shout out to D. Miller. He's waiting in line to go in, and then meanwhile, I think that's everyone. And Aldine just does a verse, from as if he's in jail cell. Miracle's the one doing the actual robbery. And so we did this all in a song. It's like very cinematic if you can just sit there and picture it. And
it could definitely be like a short film in itself.
Yeah, man. So that's the kind of stuff we wanted to do, like those kind of records, to make it like innovative and different than what people were doing. And the fact that we would do it that night and release it, what I mean? Now, of course, especially in 2024, I wish we could have mixed them better and mastered them better and all that. But the whole idea was the concept and just to put it out there. So,
Nice.
And Aldine, I mean, he shines through. You listen to, again, that's a 35-song project. It would have been more if I could have actually put more songs on it, but the limit was 35. I got like 50 or more songs. So, there's more. There's almost like probably 20 more songs. And some of them were big tunes and some of them we just did together.
Okay.
And if I can explain that, man, I have a couple with me and Aldine that I want to put out, but like this would be, and I should say this was like 2011, 2012, 2013. That's probably the bulk of those songs. But then there were some throughout the years as well. But we had like guests like Quake Matthews, J Main, Jordan, KO, Ghetto Child was on a bunch. Miracles on a bunch. Shout out to Earl B, who does that song Day to Day, kills the hook. You know what I mean? A bunch of artists. There's one called Get Down. We got like 8 MCs on it, like J Main, Baseline, Thriller. You know what I mean? Shout out to Thriller, Mick D. Like, you know, there's a bunch of us, Quake Matthews, Ghetto Child. So we just try to do something different. But after that, though, in 2015, we got these songs. I did the beats. Me and Aldine did them, but he released one too. But it's like, I have to think, you know, that was almost 10 years ago. And I don't care. Like, we did the songs. They are what they are. But if I was to release them now, I'd probably get canceled. Or it'd be like, if you heard what they sounded like or what we're talking about, people would just be like, you know what I mean? Like, why would you, or how can you say that about whatever? And it's just a song. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I still want to put it out. And I know Aldine will want me to put it out, but I have to, like, I would have to play them for you, and then you would know what I mean. But,
Right.
you know, like, if I say the titles, one's FD's, H's, and then the other one is Crazy B's. You know what I mean? But, like, if you hear the beats, if you hear the beats are banging and the songs are dope and Aldine kills it and the hooks and, you know what I mean? But it's just people, all they'll be focused on is the language or whatever.
Yeah.
Now being a little older, but whatever. So, but man, you know, that time period, I'll never forget that. That Big Tune Tuesday was very special, and I'm just happy. It sucks that Aldine passed away. At least it's out there now. All he ever wanted was music to be heard, so I'm just glad to put that out there, and I just encourage people to, you know, check out the Big Tune, the collection. I don't think people realize how dope Aldine is, and that's just, you know, a bunch of songs, a bunch of different styles. Like, that was the best thing. He was younger. You know what I mean? I took more like the R&B, hip-hop, soul, but I was rapping on it too. And then he, like, you know, put him on songs and styles that maybe he wouldn't normally do and vice versa. So that's why I really loved it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I love the album. I didn't know that was the era when it was recorded. For the Secret Studio session, this Volume 1.
Yep.
What era was that?
So that, and it's funny because, like, you know, I don't know what music means to you guys, but, like, for me, it's always been therapeutic. So to play music, to listen to it, to write it, to perform it, to produce it, like all the above, to play it for people and see reactions, like, it's very therapeutic. So that I started, I'll just tell you exactly what happened. I was with this girl out of nowhere. It just it came out of nowhere. Like I remember, I don't know if you remember Meryl's back in the day. Yeah. So she used to work there, and me and my buddy, it's crazy because, like, my buddy, the girl, like, they both, his girl and the one that I was talking about, they both work there. My buddy's married to that girl right now and got 2 kids. And that was like that long ago, 2004, 2005.
Oh,
so I was with this girl, and it just came out of nowhere. I tried to get her number, whatever. And then 3 weeks later, she hit me up out of the blue. And then from that day, we were together for like 8 months. But then she was from Toronto. I had to move back in like March. So I just think, like, to get over that, I was like, here, let me just write a bunch of music. So if you listen to some of the songs like Gone Away and all these records, like, that's from Falling For You. You know, Falling For You, which is one of my favorite songs on that album, is the moment that I don't care, like, talking about this, I'm telling you what happens. Like, I'm married now, whatever. We're talking about like 2005.
Oh yeah.
Falling For You is the moment, like, especially the hook, the feeling, if you can listen to that song, the horns, like, that feeling was the moment I realized I was in love with this girl, and it was mutually. Like, it was a snowy day, and I had to do CKDU, but it got canceled because it was a snowstorm. And I was like, oh, man. So we were just chilling and whatever, literally just sitting there. And I just realized, I think we both looked at each other and just kind of knew, like, uh-oh, like, she's about to move away in a few weeks. I'm like, God damn, we done messed around and fell in love. And so to get over all this stuff, I went in the studio and wrote all these songs. And it just, you know, at the time, it was a bunch of other people's beats. It wouldn't be necessarily maybe songs you knew, but, like, I saw, like, Kev Brown had an instrumental album, Odyssey, all these people, Ninth Wonder, like, I'd taken little snippets and, like, arrange it the way I wanted to make these songs, you know what I mean? And some of them were other beats, like De La Soul, like some of these other ones that you might know, and just, you know, flip them and switch it around. So you asked me about, what was the specific song that you just said? The era, the era. So 2005, but then I released it in 2010. So it was like, that's why it's like 2 albums, because it's like 40 plus songs. You know what I mean? Yeah.
The thing, like, I was an R&B head before I was a hip hop head growing up. Yeah. And this gave me the feel of the R&B I grew up on, like Shy, Portrait, stuff like that. And I was like, to me, it's like, cool. Now I got other songs with that type of feel that I can listen to when I'm in that bag.
Yeah, and see, that's that. I mean, hip hop soul is my base and foundation. Like, and if anyone, it's almost like hip hop soul is the child of New Jack Swing. So, like, when they say Mary J. Blige is the queen of hip hop soul, that was out the gate. You know what I mean? When she dropped like real, well, she was doing other records, but like a song like Real Love though, like when you hear that, so here's these melodies, you know, these incredible harmonies, but it's over a hard hip hop beat. You know,
Right,
like,
right,
at the time it was Audio 2 top billing, like that was what they used for the drums. So just that to me is my foundation for music.
Like Jodeci.
Yeah, all of that exactly.
Just
Just
say that. I knew
Hey,
you were gonna
that was my whole vibe. You know what I mean? And you said Shy actually do a cover of their
Acapella.
Love, acapella.
Yep.
Yeah, I tried to match. I don't hit the high note like Buddy, but I tried to get the vocals and all that. So you know what I mean? It's just it's therapeutic. That's why I did all that. So that was from the songs were written probably from 2005 to 2009 or something like that, and then I put it out in 2010.
Okay.
Nice. I like it.
That's wild.
Yeah, it gives it like a new feeling of the old school. I like it, man. It's dope. Thanks for releasing that stuff, man.
Yeah, and even that, like even Aldean, like probably about a year ago, actually started putting out a lot of his music finally, like putting it on platforms, and kind of got me saying, you know what, we got to do that. And we had talked so much about putting out Big Tune and what we're gonna do with it, and so like it's cool because I know the records. We always talk about the records we liked and blah blah blah. So I'm just happy to put it out, but it just sucks that he's not here to see it and witness the response and all that. But there are plans to, like, luckily I'm pretty sure that I'm able to release his music under his name, thankfully. So I'm gonna put out like his basic cable, digital cable, and versatile albums that dropped in like 2010, 2009, like back then as well. I think you can find some of the songs on YouTube, but I don't think they're on streaming platforms, so we want to put that out as well, just for his family and just for people to hear how dope he is. Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Yeah. In your bio you sent me, I seen the list of people that you had got the radio IDs for, and one stood out to me because I want to see how this happened. Vivica A. Fox.
Yeah. So that was, I mean, like, I worked in commercial radio in 2000. Well, if I can, do you mind if I tell you the story of how I got hired? And
yeah, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of messed up. So in 2003, the very first time Snoop Dogg came to Halifax, I was part of like the promo team. Shout out to GL Entertainment. Shout out to Crackers and my man Night Train. It was the Ho 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 tour, Snoop Dogg, whatever, right? And he had like it was similar to what he did like when he came to Halifax. I think Dog Pound was there, but I believe they had a band, blah blah blah. So I at the time I was working at the University of King's College. Actually, no, I stopped working there, but they had to do the ad, and so I produced the ad for it. And then I sent it to the radio station. They were like, hey, and so this would have been at the time. I don't know if you can picture this. It's 2004. There was only, I guess, C100 would be the only station that played anything near. But they never did. They didn't play any kind of hip-hop. Like, they weren't even playing Biggie or nothing like that. So definitely not Snoop. So it was like, but they were advertising on C100 because that was the biggest audience you could get. So I produced the ad. I sent it to the station. They were like, hey, we like that, but can you come into our station to voice it on our microphone so it'll sound similar to everything else that's on the air, like the right quality and all that. I'm like, sure. Did that. So I actually got to host the show, like, bring out the acts and stuff like that when in Scotia or Metro Center at the time in 2003. And I got everyone on stage, 7,000 people, again, with no radio play. And I got everyone on stage to say FC100. I mean, like at the end. And then literally 2 weeks later, they hired me. I was like, what the hell? So I was like, I said whatever, but yeah. So basically, because they needed someone to do like on air and then production, like audio editing, which I was already doing. So then in June of that year, 2004, I got to go to the Much Music Video Awards to basically take the winners of this contest, take them up to Toronto, and just accompany them. But my whole idea the whole time is, okay, I'll go do that, but I'm going to take a recorder because I'm going to try to find any, artists. And at the time, people don't understand, like that was Kanye. Kanye was there. I met Kanye, John Legend. Like this is when he first came out. So, people didn't even realize who he was, like at the time. So
yeah, it's funny. Kanye's the other name.
John Legend on. They came right over to me, did drops. But again, if you think 2004, that was before Facebook, Instagram. So I wasn't even thinking of taking a picture. I got the radio drops. I'm like, oh yeah, that's dope, So, and that's how I got I think Vivica was either there that year or it might have been in 2005, but one of those 2 years. I was there 3 times in 2010 as well. So I met a bunch of different people. Okay. I mean, like Howie Mandel in 2010. And you know what? I forgot he's a germaphobe. I was like, oh, Howie, what's up? Like, went to dap him. Like, I was being serious. Like, I wasn't being an ass. He's like, oh, hey, man. And he's like, he took a picture. And so he was mad cool. But, so those opportunities came from working in commercial radio. So, yeah.
Damn.
Awesome.
That's a quick question.
Yeah.
How many times has Snoop been here? Because when I saw him here with Dog Pound, and he made us wait like 2 hours, wasn't that after 50 Cent? Because I know 50 Cent came like 2005, 2006.
So Snoop was here in 2003. I can't remember. There was the time you're talking about. And then I know he went to, I feel like he did a show in Cape Breton or something like that, or somewhere else outside of Halifax one other time. I'm pretty sure. And then he was just here in June. So yeah. As far as Nova Scotia, I don't know, like Maritimes, like he might have been in New Brunswick or Newfoundland or something like that. But
He made us sit there for 2 hours. They turned the lights on. People were trying to smoke. Only saving Grace, he brought Daz and Corrupt, and they did Doggy Dog World. For me, that was
Yeah, you were there for that one too, right?
so that must have been.
That's the
I don't
recent
think I was
one,
there
right?
for that one.
Was that the recent one you're talking about?
not the recent one, but the reason I didn't go to the recent one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the time before.
Yeah, because I thought he was only
Yeah,
here
I
like
was
maybe
supposed to
twice,
say
so maybe he was here
Yeah.
more than twice.
I'm pretty sure.
More than twice.
And
That's
I remember it was in the
It's
winter
at least
time.
3 times.
Yeah, because we got high as fuck that night, boy.
And you know what happened at the after party this year in June? It was at Toothy Moose, and I think it's on video somewhere. But so Snoop is walking out the club now. Like he literally just, and this is what he does. Like even when he was in Moncton, like he stays in this hotel. I heard like he has someone. I'm not joking. He has someone that he hires to cook him chicken wings, and he just sits in the hotel literally the whole day, and gets like driven right to the stage. So he just gets out, goes right on stage, and then as soon as he's done, gets back in the car, back to the hotel. Like that's all he does. So when he was, so he came he actually came way earlier than we thought he was gonna when he came from the Scotiabank Center to Toothy Moose. Like he came basically almost to start the night off. Like we didn't. So he would just finish and leave, and he was there for a while. But then he was on the way out, and I heard there was this dude that had this big bag of weed, and he wanted him to like reach inside and take whatever he wanted. And Snoop just goes, dude, takes the whole thing and just walks off. Like, oh, so cool. Like, just picture Snoop. He didn't know. He just thought he man, take the whole bag, just gone. And like in the car, gone. He couldn't even say nothing. But he's like, what? We gone. So, but yeah.
Shoot.
And then there was also
In
the,
front of Unc, man. Come on.
there was also the time he popped up unannounced to film Trailer Park
That's
Boys as
right.
well.
That was the first time. That's why I went. I was an extra on there, and that's when I met him. And I'll tell you that story. So it was over, and like, okay, it's a wrap. And like, say if this is the stage, everyone went that way, and I was coming this way. I was like, oh no, I came here to meet Snoop. And his bodyguard stepped up, and Snoop's like, nah, man, he's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. And then we just chopped it up, and he took a picture or whatever. It was cool. Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
He's as cool as you think he is. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Down to earth as fuck, bro.
definitely.
Yeah,
He's an OG. Like them guys. All the money he got and whatever, he's laid back, cool. Like you know.
Oh yeah, I worked on that show actually that year. Yeah, so he same guy that you see on TV, posted "What's up, nephew?" kind of
Seriously?
stuff on you, all that
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of thing.
Shout out to Corbin too. Me and Corbin were extras, and that's why we were there, like to meet Snoop. So it was
Yeah.
hilarious. Yeah.
And Snoop got in trouble. Didn't he call the white woman from CBC? He told her she had a thick ass on the
Something
camera.
like that.
On the camera?
Yeah, hella thick or something. Whatever he said to
It
her.
was a whole story after that.
Yeah, man.
Snoop don't give a fuck, bro.
I got a question for you
Yep.
around your early days. So I was reading a little bit of an article about it. I think it was you and DJ Delight
Yep.
got suspended from CKDU.
I'm glad you asked me.
How,
about
how did that happen?
So-
what was the story?
Okay, I can tell you about that. It was actually my fault. Actually, no. You know what? There was 2 things. What I was about to say wasn't what happened, but I'll tell you this other thing about back in the day. This is again not really known. This is like '96. Would have been the week, whatever Sunday after Tupac died. I foolishly said on the air that he deserved it. But let me explain. So the context is I was all bad boy. Not that I didn't like Death Row. Like I loved all that stuff. I just hated that Tupac was going at everybody. It seemed on the East Coast. So what I meant was I could see how that happened because he was going so hard at everybody that's again not knowing necessarily the situation because it wasn't like there was social media or internet to go see what actually happened. Until it was reported what happened, the fight and all that. I thought because of all of him saying all these things and having it on wax that maybe that's why he got killed or whatever. So that's what I meant. I didn't mean he deserved it. I just meant so people had called throughout the week and complained about that. But that was separate. So what happened? It was so stupid how we got suspended. I don't know if I ever told the story in public, but I think what it was, to be honest, for whatever reason, they didn't really like. This is again from my opinion. and what I've heard, I don't think they really like Kendall. They didn't really like DJ Delight. Like I remember one of the programs told me, and again, I was only like 15 when I started there. They told me, "Oh, Kendall has a lot of bad habits. Like, don't pick those up. Like, watch out for that." So I was like, "All right." I always thought that was weird. So I feel like they just wanted any reason to get him out of there. And so what happened was we had these guests. So I had like a couple of my friends, and then Kendall had a couple of his friends. One of them being his cousin, and they were all up there. And I was the only one left in the control room. Everyone else was in either the lobby area or whatever. And it's so stupid. I guess it's actually embarrassing to talk about, but there was a candy machine and they were trying to get it open. Like however they were doing it. And somebody happened to be there that was in the office with the door closed and they didn't know. And so they came on and saw them trying to break into this candy machine. And it was like, what the? And just freaked out. And I think I was coming down the hallway and I just heard something. And so I just stepped back like, oh, maybe I won't step out here. I didn't know what was happening. I was trying to, so I wasn't really even there when it happened, but they were our guests, so we were responsible for them. So they suspended us for a year. But then at the time I was at Kingstech in Kentville taking radio and television. So I was like, oh man, how am I going to get suspended when I'm in school for like radio? So I got my teacher to like help, and a bunch of other people wrote me letters. And so they cut my suspension in half. So that ended our Funk and Effects show that we had that Kendall originally hosted, DJ Delight, and I came in on. But then we only got suspended for half a year. So it just worked out that when I graduated in 98 from that program, I started Smooth Grooves in June of 98. And then, because Kendall, that was the thing, like I was always there to take it like serious because I went to school for it. So obviously I'm trying to do it for real. And, Kendall was definitely more like DJing and loved it too, but I don't know if he really wanted to keep doing radio anyway. So I just kind of pursued it on my own, and that's how Smooth Grooves got started in June of 98.
Nice.
So it was really stupid. I still have those friends to this day, although one of them that Kendall brought was his niece, Gina, and I got to say rest in peace to Gina. So Gina Bernard, she passed away suddenly, in like 2015, I believe. So, yeah.
So, yeah, not only did you graduate, but now you're instructing the course that you graduated from.
Yeah, man. I remember
student becomes the master.
My former teacher said, "Hey, you should. I'm going to retire soon. You should apply for the job." And I was just like thinking, "Oh, I got that's down the road. Like, retire. Like, I'm not going to take a job like that right now." But I was like, "All right, what the hell? Let me just apply for it." And like there was, I think, 5 other candidates, and I happened to be the first person. And maybe I shouldn't say this because I found out how I got the job. So the whole time, like at the time, I was working at Stingray, which is now the station's Q104 and 96.5 The Breeze. So I was there as a producer doing stuff, audio editing. And so my idea was like you had to do a 15-minute mini lesson, and then they did the interview. So you started off with the mini lesson. And every time I had like an example of what I was teaching, like every time I taught brought up a certain like subject or whatever, I had an example of audio to play for it. So I was like, when you do the traffic, you should do it like this, and then I'd play the audio, and or if you're doing this, a commercial, or here's how you whatever, voice it this way, and I'd play it. And then I was the only one out of the 5 that did that, and then they were like, oh, well, we can see this guy actually teaching, so they gave it to me, and it's still surreal to. I never would have thought, like I think back when I was taking the course, would I ever have thought I would be teaching it? Like hell no, but I love it. Like to this day, the only thing is like. It's different. Teaching is different right now. Oh, yeah. Like, put it this way, man, we got to really give a lot of love and even financial compensation to those teachers who teach elementary, junior high, and high school. Because it's different. Like, at least I'm teaching college where you would assume that if you're paying for it and you have an interest, like it's just, there are some people you wonder, why are you here? Maybe you just had to do something. Yeah. But most people there have a passion or are interested and they're paying for it. So but like, imagine just being a high school teacher right now.
Kids
like,
don't
wow.
There, bro.
Yeah. So, so that's a tough job. So, I'm just blessed to have gotten that opportunity for sure. And like being around all those young minds, it keeps me motivated. You know what I mean? So,
that's what I was wondering. Like, what is that like for you to see when you notice somebody who has that passion that you had kind of going into it?
Oh man, it's just, there's so many times there's so many talented like students, and sometimes you identify it right off the bat. Like I'm thinking now, like a couple of my first years, like I know, like there's this one female, for example, I feel like she would, have a like whatever she wants to do. Like it's just natural. Like it's just sometimes you can teach it, sometimes they just got it, and then sometimes you just know, like they're just like sometimes you look. Even when I look at my class when I took it, Some of you will never work a day in this industry, and that's just how it is. But the industry has changed now. Like, even if I talk about some of the stuff I did, those opportunities, like I just talked about working and going to the Much Music Awards. Do they even do that anymore? And then, like, those opportunities don't exist. Is there even a DJ in this city that DJs at, like, say, a mix show daily on commercial radio, like 5 o'clock mix down, like I used to do it, or a couple other DJs? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, those opportunities don't exist. Exactly. So it's kind of frustrating that way, where, you know, because then what they started doing with that, every station, like there's multiple at the time, is on 101.3 The Bounce. So there was multiple Bounce stations throughout Canada. Now they're Virgin Radio, but so they would have the DJ in that city that was picked. They would do the mix. But then eventually they were like, here, we're just going to take this Toronto DJ, and shout out to Starting From Scratch. He's a really dope DJ, incredible actually if you see him live. But he was doing the mix for Halifax and Toronto and Montreal and Calgary. It's like, so it's just one DJ doing the mix now for, you know what I mean? So stuff like that, they just take away these opportunities. So when I'm in school and I see all these talented people, I just hope they can get, you know, hired or get into the industry, because the industry could benefit from their talent. But I just don't know if those opportunities exist the way they did when I was in, you know, in the industry. So, yeah.
That's wild.
That is
Well,
deep.
he's thinking right now. Should I get on now? I can, man.
Nah, that's really deep what he's saying though. Like, and like, I don't know what it makes me think is like, because I talk to a lot of Toronto DJs sometimes too, and it's like, what's hot in Toronto is not necessarily hot in Halifax. Mm-hmm. And that really, like what you said, but that guy making a mix for Halifax, it really turns me up a little bit.
And then let me just, again, clearly I've played with Starting From Scratch. I really respect him. He's a dope DJ.
Oh yeah.
He's, you know, incredible. You know, groundbreaking. Like, he's done so many things and continues to. See, the commercial radio part of it though, like when I used to do it, I was very handcuffed. It was like, you would think, oh, here's this 30-minute mix, do your thing. But it'd be like, no, here's the categories you got to pick from. I mean, and you can only play these, and you can slip in this and a remix. So what I used to do and make it unique, because I was going literally up against another DJ at another station. And so even though we were like, I guess, the higher rated station, they could play whatever they wanted. And I had to stick to playing the same crap that was played all throughout the day. And so I made it different by doing my own versions of songs. Like, I would make it like, you know, here, this is going to be something that they're not going to be able to play because it's unique to us and our station. I'm talking about the station, talking about Halifax or whatever, just saying all these different versions. So that was how I tried to at least make it mine and make it a little different. So, yeah. And then funny enough, I actually ended up leaving that station and going to work for the competition, where then I had free reign for 30 minutes. So it was incredible. It was just like, oh, yeah, I can play what I want and blah, blah, blah. So it was way better. I mean, but yeah.
Smooth, you got a lot of experience, man. You got a lot of experience, man.
Can you teach him?
Yeah, I don't know if you had any more questions.
I listen to this. I watch Smooth. I watch like when you were playing. I watch, man. I look at what you're doing. I thought you last episode about Toothy. Huh?
You gotta pay him.
I got paid. Smooth over the DJs do.
Yeah,
they be like, yo, okay, all right, that's working. That's working.
You can usually check. You can usually tell if a DJ can actually DJ or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Serving a couple songs or a couple mixes or transitions. And, you know.
I consider you a legend here, man. I don't know if I said that enough, but you're a legend. I shouldn't say here. That sounds like you're confined. I can send you you're like when I talk about DJs, you can actually find an interview of me talking about DJs in the Bahamas, and I actually talk about you and Ivy and like how I came to Canada and like I seen these DJs playing and I look at them like, whoa, like they run in this place, like, you know what I mean?
Did you DJ in the Bahamas?
No.
He was just an altar.
I didn't really. Why does it turn to be by the way? I was DJing in the Bahamas in my room. You know what I mean?
So not like out in the crowds or
not in the crowd. No. It kind of came to me. Actually, I wouldn't talk about this right now. This is about Smooth right. I'll have my own episode later.
All right.
Nope. You better get it out now.
Yeah, you had your chance before you joined full time. Once you joined, yeah.
I'll be back. I gotta get like feature the Crazy, man. Oh, Smooth. Like, so, like you and your experience and what I've been hearing sometimes from DJs is I don't know how to take it. I don't know if I should take it this way, but I do take it this way sometimes. Some DJs come in there like, oh, I got a set playlist. This is what I'm gonna play, and it really turns my gears when I hear that. Like
meaning you don't play this because I'm gonna play that.
Exactly, because I got like this is my like I'm talking about like this. They got the whole night, and this is oh yeah, I'm on this right now. I hear it a lot, and I'm like, I don't play like that. I play for who's in the room, right? Because I don't really. How do you feel like about that? You being you, like your experience, and you're like, how you feel when DJs say that?
You know, like I've witnessed like a DJ like start from scratch or Jazzy Jeff be like sometimes I'll ask them to be courteous. Hey, you know, like, do you mind, or is there anything you want me to stay away from? You know,
right?
What are you gonna play or whatever? And they'll be like, nah, man, do your thing. So like literally don't tell you anything. So I'm like that's because they know a lot of music and they go anywhere. So it's like, oh, okay, good. So you have more freedom that way. I mean, I do know DJs who play the same set, whether it's 5, 50, 500 or 5,000 people there. Like, and it's not always going to work. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think one of the talents of being a DJ is reading the room and trying to get the vibe. And, that's why last week we talked about requests, and I don't mind taking requests because it kind of might be an indication of what some other people there might want to hear. So
true.
I don't know. I don't really. I mean, there's certain records that are gonna work, especially if you're playing, like, say, in a club where you got to play Squabble Up, or you got to play those records now because that's what they're gonna want.
That's what it's
And if you do it without them even asking, even better, like, because then they know you're on it. Like they're like, oh, yeah, DJ, you know what I mean? But I don't know. Play what you want. I don't really play like that. Like, I would never be like, oh, I'm just gonna play. Like, even when nobody's there, some people just put on a mix for like 2 hours until the people come. No, I DJ'd from the time. Because I'm trying out records, different things. Like, almost practicing. It's almost like I call it like practicing on a big system. Like, I can hear it out loud. I'm playing.
Exactly.
Like,
you can hear it on the loudspeaker. I like that. Actually, I like that time.
Yeah, me too.
No one's there because you could hear like the whole. I wish I could go in the club and just practice.
Seriously.
Because then you could hear like the real, like, you could hear the whole system playing.
Environment.
It's like, yo.
But I try to read the room and play whatever, and never really, focus on just playing certain. I mean, again, maybe you're there. Like I used to say, and I feel like this is, I don't know how you feel about this, but if we have 5 DJs, wouldn't it be more organized if you say, okay, you play the dancehall, you play the R&B, you play the old school, you play the rap, and then that means, because all I'm thinking about is the crowd. If the crowd sees 5 DJs, they're probably thinking, oh, you guys got the music covered. Right. And then if we don't, and everyone goes and plays not like us, like, it's like, well, why are we doing that when someone could have played this? Like, there might be a pocket of people that wants to hear reggae, or wants to hear rap, or wants to hear R&B. Like,
exactly.
We all cover it, then we got it covered. We're good. Like, that's why you have 5 DJs, right? Like, I would think, instead of everyone going and trying to compete to play the same music that's hot right now.
And I totally agree with that. Like when I know I've been on events where there's been like 5 DJs and stuff, like that's why I like to be to those events early. Because I want to hear even if I'm not playing first, or if I'm playing third or whatever, I want to hear what everybody's playing. So I'm trying not to repeat.
Exactly.
I'm trying not to repeat. And even if they play reggae, if they did play old school, they play new school, because then I'm going to play. They play new school, I'm going to play old school. Because I want to be like, yo, they already heard that.
Exactly.
In my mind, they already heard that. Not like, I know it's not true all the time, but in my mind, they already heard it.
So, I want to ask about, because you guys saying how you like feel the crowd, right? Is this something that like I guess you're just born with, or is it something that you learned over time? Because I'll tell you, if you remember the Black Tournament, they used to get me to DJ, and I was terrible. I was terrible.
You mean who, like the tournament people? Or?
Yeah, I was between like halftime and stuff like that, doing that stuff, and I want to play what I was playing. What I wanted to play is stuff that I thought was hot, right? And, so you hear like Wu-Tang and Killer Army and stuff. That ain't stuff that you're supposed to play. But I was young. I didn't know. I wasn't. How do you feel? I don't know how to feel a crowd. Is this something you guys learned over time? Or is it something that like you feel like, how do you learn to feel the crowd?
You can answer first.
It's
creepy.
No, I it is creepy though. Like I got certain ways about that. It's creepy because I can tell certain people like certain, especially as people I know. I know he likes that, he likes that. So if I would try to like trigger him to get a response, because I feel like his energy is gonna, pull up that little group of energy, and then someone is gonna see his energy. I'm trying to like tie the energies together in the room. So like it is creepy because it's kind of like I would kind of remember what songs people like to listen to. Who if I see them, I know them.
Yeah.
If it's a
People
random, I'm people watching. That does sound a little creepy. That's why I say creepy. But if I don't know the people, I'm gonna go through a little, like, oh yeah, these are the regular, like, and see who responds. And I'm kind of watching people's, if they're singing, or they're not into it, or they're like talking to their friends, or they're like looking at me, like I'm kind of watching all that happen in my head. It's a DJ is a lonely job, but but you're like I feel like I can't speak for Smooth because I'm not experienced as Smooth, but I'm thinking a lot. I'm thinking a lot what's happening. Like, yo, okay, these girls are here now. Okay, I'm gonna try putting some. Shit. Yeah, I'm trying to see if they, how they feeling with that. Are they feeling Afrobeats? Or are they feeling like, they feeling this little sexy red? Like, what are they feeling? I'm gonna try to get there and see, and watch them. Oh, okay, they triggered by that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see that guy over there. I know he likes, I know he like this song when I play this. And I can see they might not like it as much as he does, but they're still going from that ass shaking. So then he hits. So it's kind of like I'm trying to bring them together.
Yeah. If you could please a female and get a female to dance, a guy will come dance if she's
yeah.
So
that's why I would say, like, you never can go wrong if you're catering to the women.
Yeah.
And, like, if you have a party and there's not a bunch of women there, I don't think you're having a good party. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because the guys are gonna follow the women. So like, if you got the women dancing, that's why. So when you say like, you're playing Wu-Tang and Calamity, like, I'm not saying you can't play that, but it's like at a club, it's a party environment. Like, to play for the women. I feel it is. I always credit, again, shout out to DJ Nasty Nuck, because that's what I'm saying. I learned like how to rock a party from watching him and watching the response and kind of like seeing certain records. First of all, what he's playing, so you remember that. Okay, take that, put that in your arsenal as well, with other stuff. But then like when to play it, how to play it. You see like different people and their reaction to certain songs and certain vibes, whatever. So I think it's a combination of both. You kind of learn it as you go on. I guess time goes on, it becomes a skill. Because I think my whole thing is I like smashing stereotypes too. I remember when I used to have, in my hair days, I miss my hair, but when I used to have braids, and I would come in and like, I'd be the only person of color there. And I could see them looking at me as I'm walking through like, oh man, gotta play all this, whatever. And then by the end of the night, oh, we loved your music. Because, and I love that, because you don't judge a book by its cover, that classic saying. You have no idea, like the person's there. I'm like, I don't care. I'm playing for the crowd. I don't like what I want to hear. I just heard when I pulled up, and I'll hear when I get back in the car, like that kind of thing. So I always try to read the crowd. And again, if you're catering to females, I feel like that's what they're going to bring the vibe. You know what I mean? So to me, it's a skill that you kind of accumulate over time, experience, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, for sure.
So this is a question for both of our DJs here in the room.
Oh man, I
only got one DJ.
Shots fired! Shots fired! So, what is your favorite part about DJing? About playing the clubs, playing parties, transitioning the music, finding the music? What is your favorite part about doing this?
I think rocking the crowd, feeling the energy from the crowd, rocking the crowd, like seeing the response when you play certain records, and just having people like, there's no better compliment than at the end of the night them saying, we enjoyed it. So like, it's almost like when you think about it, I feel like this is the thing that some people don't remember. Like, you're setting up their event for the night. Like, they're coming, they're, anticipating, this is going to be fun and blah, blah, blah. Can't wait to, dance and all of that. And then at the end of the night, if you deliver what they wanted and even went above that, like, that's such a great compliment to, what you did there. So I think it's that, like, seeing the response. But like, to be honest, and then just to be 100% honest, like, now to earn any kind of money that you can like support yourself, like from playing music for people, like something that you love anyway and you would do anyway, like that, I think that's incredible too. Like, so yeah, definitely.
I can't say it better than that, man.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. Like, to me, like, my little slogan is like to make memories, and that's basically what Smooth is saying. Like, you made that happen for them, and they remembered it, and like they'll always remember it. Like, especially weddings and stuff like that, they'll always say, "Yo, da da da." Even Tyrone, he still talks about me.
But I mean, in that same vein, though, you could also ruin the wedding if you're not.
That's true.
Doing what you should be doing.
That's like a fair of mine, man.
Yeah,
that's a fair. It's a fair, but
I feel like I have to get, especially weddings. You have to tell me what you want, and I even tell, like, not a playlist, not just a playlist, a do not playlist. Like tell me what
Yes.
you don't want to hear, and that gives me an idea. You know what I mean? Because people will make requests, and they might be on the do not playlist. It might be that cheesy. That's why you don't want it at your wedding.
Yeah.
And some people will come up and make those requests. So like you can also ruin someone's some vibe if you're not. You know, like the DJs are like, no requests. Like that's why. Like why are you like that? Like just play what they want to hear. You know?
I told you.
I saw.
Snow drop. You play whatever you want.
You did say that?
Yeah, I told you. Snow drop.
For real?
I don't remember if I played it or not.
No, you didn't.
I saw a video
I
clip.
was-
Oh, sorry. to interrupt.
Okay,
I saw
go
a video
ahead.
clip recently. It was making a joke about biracial weddings. It was playing international anthem by UGK.
Yeah.
The black people are going nuts. Hand to the white people, they're like, "Oh, what the hell's going on here?" Do you ever have any challenge with DJing biracial wedding?
Well, I think I remember this one. Well, let me say first, I'll answer it by saying, like, you would think that everyone coming there remembers what they're going to. Like, it's supposed to be families uniting. So it's supposed to be this event where you would think in theory, you know what I mean?
But
That
some folks are coming to listen to, Beyonce. Some are coming to listen to
Exactly.
Travis Tritt. How do you?
I feel like it
find
could
that
all work
balance?
if everyone, like, because what I found is sometimes when it's 11, 12 o'clock and everyone's loaded, it don't matter what you do. The people who want to Travis Tritt are dancing to 112 and Ice Cube and whatever, and vice versa. But, like,
But do you have a mental Rolodex of what white songs to pull from
For
in
sure.
the first place?
most definitely.
Hell yeah! How do you acquire that?
So
that mental
that-
Rolodex
Straight to the
in
white
between
songs.
the
So
biracial
that would
weddings?
come from definitely experience, like doing all these weddings, getting those lists, saying, okay, seeing the reaction, okay, let me tuck that away. If I know I got to do a wedding, I have like a crate or a folder in my Serato that like I go to that has all these records, and I just can recall off memory that, okay, this worked, that worked.
The first few, did you bomb though? Was there a learning curve?
I would say definitely, sometimes, like, let me just talk about this one wedding, which surprisingly wasn't biracial. And the whole time I was like, oh, I can't wait to do this. Because it was like, I feel like if I say it, I'll give away who it is. But it was like, it was black, but like Scotian.
away,
And
give it
then
away.
otherwise, like Scotian. So it was all black people, but there was a Scotian, and then there was, Scotian crowd, Scotian whatever. And then it was someone from the islands. And so, thinking the whole time, this is incredible, blah, blah, blah. And then get there, and it's like the Scotian people only want to dance to R&B and hip-hop. And meanwhile, the people from the island only want to dance to reggae and like soca. And I'm like, what? Like, how do you not all want to dance together? Like, don't you realize where you're at right now? Like, it's supposed to be families uniting. It was super frustrating, and thank God that there was a dude, the groom's friend who was a DJ there, and he wanted to DJ. I was like, sure, see ya. I actually lived across the street and left. 'Cause I literally was stressed. I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, I'm just going to go home for an hour. Like, go ahead. You can play as long as you want. You know what I mean? But,
This might be another fucked up question. Have you ever
Good start.
had to get on the mic, cut a song, and tell the white people to stop singing along to the parts with the N word, or do you keep the edited versions on deck?
You know what I'll
to
do?
prevent that.
I've done this before. So if you don't know, now you know. Then I'll fade it out, like I'll cut it out, and then they'll all say the N word, and I'll be like, "Watch yourself," like that,
Really?
And people will start laughing and stuff. Yeah,
We need video footage of that event.
yeah. That is
Edit
just
that
anywhere.
into this.
Yeah, anywhere. You know what I mean? That's multiple. It could be at a club. It could be at whatever.
Oh, anywhere.
Yeah. So I remember bringing that up. I remember being at YG at the Marquee, and he played that song, and the majority of the crowd is white people. And man, I'm like, what? And they're
Don't
all
get
just
me started
looking
on
right in my face, man. I'm like, what?
The hopscotch with Freddie Gibbs here locally. Every second word, nigga. I'd never heard of this guy. I'm there for Rakim. Every other word, nigga. The white kids all looking around.
Yeah.
Or even when Ludacris was performing here, was it Move Bitch? Is there a bumper on your ass? And actually, like,
Yeah.
did you see maybe there was too many lights. You didn't see how many white people were there. I don't know. Nas came out performing or promoting his album called Nigger.
That's
He comes out performing the lead title off the track, first song before the lyrics even kick in. I think he saw the crowd said, no, turn it off.
Yes,
That's
it's it.
Good.
I don't know where I'm going with that.
I just feel like I'm not. I don't care if it's in the song. I get it. Like I think we're naive to believe that like when we're not around, they're not saying it anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that makes it okay to say, but I know there are some
Doesn't make
places
it okay, no.
that people go where they let them say it. I'm like, nah, like around. I'm like, nah, man, just don't. Can we at least have that? Like, geez, man, you want everything.
Oh, yeah.
Can we at least have that word?
You know
Like,
they at home blast
man.
them song, bro.
Kanye West, Gold Digger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
You messing with no broke.
Not
Yeah.
I play the clean version.
not to keep cutting in, I had never heard of City Girls until they had the George Floyd protests. Globally, but here locally, remember that footage here on Spring Garden Road? They had the DJ
Yeah,
afterwards
I remember that.
playing City Girls, who I never heard. Just got done kneeling for George Floyd.
Yeah.
Little white girl singing along. Let's something, nigga. Whoa!
Yeah.
Shit.
It's probably act up. Probably that.
Can
record.
we say the N word on the show? I don't want to.
You ain't
get
heard
you
him talk.
canceled here.
I know. I wasn't sure about
A lot of cutting gonna happen.
Don't cancel
Kendrick
me,
album,
man.
huh?
Oh, you don't want to get canceled. I don't care. Like,
But no, I don't. I hear you. That is something that because like somebody else. So then think about it like this: what if you're a white DJ and you're playing songs that have the
Yeah.
N-word, like,
Oh.
like what do you think about that? You know what I mean? So
that's
I'm more upset with the white rappers who get black rappers on their tracks who use the N word during the chorus. If it's your track and you're a white rapper, don't put the N word on the chorus, even if you're not saying it.
I don't
Bit
know
of
if
a
people
tangent.
think that deep, but yeah, I hear you.
I never thought about that. I never thought about that.
really.
The white DJ. I never thought about that
Seriously?
one.
Neither did I.
Think about that.
I never thought
You know
about
what I
that. Too.
What do you think? Like, is it okay? Do you mind? Or
I feel
Does he
like
play clean versions of everything then?
no? I would say they just play. Like here, I might be playing the clean version, and they're not. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
I feel like, jeez, I don't want to say this. It's for the crowd, man. You're playing for the
You
crowd.
just said you're aiming to please the crowd.
Yeah, you're playing for the
right?
crowd.
So,
I mean, in the club is the club. Like that's why
Yeah.
the club version and the clean version. Like if I'm doing a school dance or something.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, I
playing
know.
Clean
Yeah,
version,
yeah.
and the kids know that they
Yeah.
have to be clean. But
you know, them kids are still yelling it up though.
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
yeah. It's crazy. Like even what's that one? I brought it up last week. That Sexy Red and Drake record. They know that.
They know.
record.
They know that.
Like, how do you? This is like the most raunchiest record. Although you play the
Bro.
clean version, but still, it's like.
Rich
Or
Baby Daddy.
what's that one with Kanye and Lil Pump? They say all. I'm playing
Yeah,
the
you
clean
such a
version.
fucking hoe.
Yeah,
I love. Yeah.
and you know who produced that? Partly produced that. Rest in peace to Clark Kent, who passed away a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Clark Kent, DJ Clark Kent, was a co-producer on that record. That's crazy.
That's wild.
I
That's
would
the
never
thing.
think that.
No, I would never think that Clark
Yeah.
could produce a song for Lil Pump.
So yeah, he's a co-producer.
I got a question for both our DJs in the room.
Oh man.
Again,
This guy.
Again.
can we let Smooth answer first?
What is on your do not playlist? Like already, if you just in your mind, like I'm never gonna play that at a club, community party, dance, anything, wedding. I'm never gonna play
question.
this song.
I mean, I don't know.
Never
Wedding, I
gonna
think they're all
play.
different situations. Like weddings, again, I ask for a playlist and a do not playlist, and most times it's like foolishness that just is played out, like Macarena and all this stuff.
fuck
That, and then some people want that too. So
Yeah, they
wow.
want.
You know what I mean, like who's playing what is it called, the chicken dance or whatever?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
always on the do.
yeah.
I'm like, who's going around playing that? Like someone's playing that, like or like YMCA or all these. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if you mean, I don't know. Every situation is different. I don't know. I'd have to think like if there's a like because again, I try to if I'm at a club where I'm playing for people, I try to remove my personal whatever. Like so, then listen to my radio show. That's what I really like. You know what I mean? That's what I want people to hear. And thank God I have that outlet because I find there's some DJs who don't, and they're talking about I'm at this wedding playing this remix and blah blah blah. I'm like, why? Like at a wedding, they probably want like trust me. The best version of Journey, Don't Stop Believing, is the original. That's the one they know. They don't want to hear this techno remix. Like, why? Like, go get a Mixcloud or a SoundCloud or a radio show and do that. You know what I mean? But like, so to me, I don't know. Different situations. I don't know if I can even answer that like correctly. But if it's whack, I mean, I know it's whack, but I'm like, and that's the other dilemma. Like, there's some DJs who don't have to do that because whatever, they're going and they're playing what they want, and that's why they're there. For me, it's more like, I have outlets to do that. So if I'm at a club, I don't care if they want to hear that. Like if I got it, like how do you not have it in 2024? You better get it. You know what I mean? You can get it. They got it. So you better get the record and just play it. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't say that. There's just a different wave of music coming up now that that is certain vibes in the club that, I kind of get annoyed at a certain vibe of music right now. I'm not talking about hip hop at all either, but it's just, it's kind of rising, but it's just with me. Okay, we'll put it this way. Look, one time I was playing at a club and I cleared it out because I was only playing like the what do you call that?
I got you now. I got you now.
What do you call that though? Bongra or Bollywood or
Bollywood.
well, they call it Punjabi. They call it Punjabi.
Yeah,
music.
Bollywood.
So, you know, and I get it. They're doing like, to me, I almost feel like that. We got to watch that as it might be on the rise, like Afro beats, like in terms of I'm seeing certain artists collaborate with other artists, and I'm like, okay, that's on the rise like globally. But I personally just, you know, it's cool here and there, but I just know like it can alienate the crowd, and maybe that's a cultural thing or whatever. But I literally cleared the crowd out, and I felt bad. Like the Punjabi people loved it, but it was just like the rest of the people were like, you know, I don't like this.
I've seen.
So I just was like, that was an example of I probably won't on my own play that if someone asked me for a couple songs, whatever. But the other, like, and here's the other thing. Last time I played at this club, there was a bunch of them there. They asked for that music, and they kept breaking me off. Here's a 20. Here's a 20. So then, you know, but then I feel like, what am I, like some, you know, like, I don't know, I don't want to use proper terms, but like some hoe or something, you're breaking here, play, and they're like expecting it right now, and it's like, man, you know, so you gotta watch that. Yeah, I'll take the money, but I don't want to be like, I don't, even if someone was to pay me to play their song on the radio, like, I don't want to do that. That just feels terrible. Like, and then what if I didn't play it enough? You're gonna get mad because you paid me, like, you know, that kind of thing. So I don't know. Do not playlist. I would request it. I don't know if there's anything off the top of my head I can think that I wouldn't play unless it's like super whack. But if they want to hear it, I mean, what can you do?
I feel that, bro.
What you not playing?
I'll be honest. I play a lot of stuff. I like a lot of stuff that people don't know. like Lonely Star or Maze. I like that song on weddings, man.
Oh yeah,
I play that song. Like, I love that song.
That's a guaranteed get the floor packed.
Exactly.
It's a slow song. Like,
I love that slow song on weddings. But right now, I honestly like what comes to mind. I don't know why. I don't play no more. I don't play 6ix9ine no more.
I never really did. But
I used to like 6ix9ine. I felt like people hated on him. I used to like his aggressiveness to the song, but I don't play him no more. I don't know if it's just because we seen who he was or whatever. Like I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Didn't he rat?
Yeah.
Elephant in the room.
Yeah, exactly.
But even still, people were still asking for them. Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fact, so.
I used to play 6ix9ine, but
But do you say you don't play it because no one requested? Like, were they requesting it back then? Or?
people were requesting about it. They don't request it now, to be honest, for real. I don't know why that name came to, like, that's just like something I used to, like, you know, it was like my get hype before I go out type of music, but then I don't even listen to it no more. I don't know because I'm like biased or what it is.
Thing with 6ix9ine for me, you know, musically I ain't really feeling him, but I actually like listening to him in interviews. I think he's hilarious.
Yeah,
and you know, it's just amazing, like that he's still, like, he went through all that, and you would think, like, I don't know, it's a whole different era. Like, he rat, that was supposed to be, and he still seemed like he got bigger after he ratted. I'm like, wow.
Music?
It's more like reggaeton or more like Spanish music, like not necessarily hip hop. But yeah.
Last I heard, he might be going to jail for violating probation.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Before that, the last thing I heard was he got beat up at the gym.
yeah.
Having a rough go.
Can't go work out.
Just start running your mouth.
There you go.
That's how he makes his living now. That's what he's known for. Cool. All right. Before we wrap it up, just want to see anything else. What?
Nothing, man. Why you looking at me? Why are you looking at me like it was a say
So
something?
that you had 1,000 questions.
I asked my questions already.
I got one quick one for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
And Ryan got one more. Right.
We're all from Nova Scotia. We're all from Halifax.
For sure.
Who was your favorite Scotian Halifax artist to work with so far?
Oh, that's
Jeez.
You know,
no hate on no one else. Just
I mean, I've always, like, someone I always champion is Caleb Simmons. I love Caleb. Like, he's.
Caleb.
I don't know Caleb.
Oh, Caleb.
Simmons.
Sorry.
I don't know if we actually did a record together. I'm trying to think. We need to though, man. Caleb's super dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really like Caleb.
Like I said, no hate on no one else. Just sometimes you can vibe with someone more than what you can vibe with others.
Other than Aldine, I mean, Aldine, that was just natural. Like, honestly,
Yeah,
Aldine would
right,
probably
so-
be my favorite, but Caleb Simmons is just super talented. If you
Yeah.
ever, like, the man was on, Canadian Idol, but like made the top 7. But I always feel like that never truly showcased like who he is and what he can do. Right. So, shout out to Caleb.
Definitely.
For sure. Shout out to Caleb.
Because I just feel like the only reason I asked that there because I know it's ghettos on a lot of your tracks.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you know,
That was back in, you know, he was a big part of Big Tune Tuesday as far as being there.
yeah.
But yeah, Aldine for sure, and then shout out to Caleb. No doubt.
Right. Okay. For sure.
Shout out to Owen O'Sound Lee too. I think I know he's not Scotian, but we adopted him. You know what I mean? He's from Toronto originally, but
crazy,
yeah, man, O'Sound, big up O'Sound. He's super
Crazy.
talented. Yeah.
Vocals crazy, man.
And just everything, his musical knowledge, like you just sit there and whatever, like you know what I mean. Just,
Oh
I
yeah,
love
like
that.
he just like
Yeah, just super dope.
I seen him a lot at the church, so I don't want to say that.
He's Scotian now. He's Scotian now. You know?
Yeah.
What would be your favorite CKDU moment?
I mean, there's so many. I think honestly, like there's like people don't understand to this day. When I get butterflies still going in there, so I feel like I remember like going there when I first started. Like just the thought of like I used to listen to this and now I'm here doing it. So I feel like that part is still kind of stuck in my memory. All those times with Kendall, I was just a young, impressionable kid looking to just get into break into the industry and all that. So I just remember those times, and I can see, luckily I still have like recordings from the 90s and stuff. So when I hear those shows, it puts me right back into the studio and I can see who was there and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I think it's just the memory of like kind of starting. But to this day, I still love doing it. So yeah, there's something about like CKDU, it's these days there's internet. You can hear it wherever. It might not be on the radio as like 100,000 watts like Virgin or Move 100 or et cetera, but it still can be heard, and I feel like it's more appreciated because the other stations, they kind of just do the same old as far as rotation. And CKDU is just different. Like for that show, like I feel like people still hit me up and just the encouragement from their kind words or their support, like that is also just hearing from the audience, giving stuff away I never did it as much in the last few years, but every Christmas I'd always like give stuff away, like go literally take it to the people and meet the people, and I love doing that. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I remember what the old, I don't know what the word is, but like the station was,
like the call letters,
yeah,
or the frequency used to be CKDU 97.5, and then
I wanted to test you.
yeah, now it's 88.1.
Did Smooth Grooves start on 97.5?
I believe so. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember when they switched to 88.1. I feel like it was in the 2000s. So, yeah.
You know who I mean? Harvey Miller.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Was he doing a talk show at that point? Because my mom actually recently just dusted off a bunch of cassette tapes that I need to digitize of his old show.
Jeez, I don't know if to be honest, I'm familiar with Harvey Miller more as an artist and just knowing him, but I don't know if I'm familiar with that, like the shows that he did. I would love to know more. I feel like that's what
I got a bunch of them.
That's what's missing. We need like that. Let's go back and find, because even like Don't Start With Me, like there was people that were before me doing it, like DJ Delight, like Doc Fresh, Luke Jeffries, shout out to him. There's a bunch of others. There's a dude from Sackville, I forget his name. But there's a bunch of people that were doing it before me. That's what I wish we could do. I should probably try to do it like a documentary on like, black DJs or whatever, Scotian, because that's the other thing, no disrespect and love to everyone, like Scratch Bastard, like Classify, like Pat Stay, like Quake Matthews, but there's a common thing I just named with all four of them people, and I feel like there's not enough black
What's the
artists
common
that are
thing?
because they're all white, and nothing against them. They're all talented too. They're all dope. I work with all of them. You know what I mean? I've done shows with all of them. We traveled with all of them, whatever. But there's more, like some people would just think, oh, Scotian don't even have any black people or black people that are doing stuff. You know what I mean? DJs, whatever, artists. So I just wish we need more. If we had like more light shown on like that, the fact that we were here doing stuff. Like there's a documentary called The 902. I don't know if you know this, and this caused controversy at the time, because if you hear a documentary called The 902 and it's about Scotian hip hop, you think it's about everything Scotian hip hop, but it's about Stinkin' Rich, or what does he go by now? Buck 65, Joe Run, and Scratch Bastard. You know what I mean? And then so I remember this one clip in Buck 65. I keep calling him Stinkin' Rich because that's what he used to go by back then. He used to go by DJ Critical when he was on CKDU. And he was from, I think, Mount Uniac, and he used to hear the station. I think they had to do something weird to hear the station because it was way out there. And he says in the clip, I used to listen. I heard the show on CKDU, and I thought to myself, I got better records than that guy. And I always used to say, well, who was that guy though? Like that guy is a part of this story that you're leaving out. Whoever you were listening to was on there doing stuff, and that's a part. Like, why did you leave that part out? And so the reason why that was a controversial documentary is it barely showed anybody black, doing anything in the scene. I'm in it for a minute, but I'm like announcing something. I don't know, as an MC, like, you know what I mean?
Well, then it don't count.
Well, it's just, again, love to those, Joe Run is a huge part of this scene.
Yeah.
was instrumental in a lot of people's careers at the very beginning, both black and white. You know, Scratch Bastard is undeniable what he's been doing over the last few years. All the people he's linked with, like, you know, putting Scotia on the map.
I used to record at Joe Run's studio down in Brunswick Towers.
Exactly. So like there's history there. And who else did I say? Buck 65. I think to this day, Rich Tefry, is that his name? He does, I believe, I don't know if he still does it, but Drive, like afternoon drive on CBC Radio 2 weekdays. You know what I mean? So he was started on CKDU. You know what I mean? So obviously that's, you know, these are all incredible, talented people. But yeah, I feel like there needs to be more light shown on our story as well. Someone
reminded me recently that he either still does, I know he did, Maestro Fresh West does a radio show in New Brunswick, I believe. Yeah. You ever trade any notes with him?
He messaged me about doing a mix on there that I never actually did. So shout out to Stro, Maestro, man, mad cool. Definitely a cool guy. I never did the mix, but I'll definitely link with him. He's, you know, I was so honored this past March, Junos, like he got, you know, all of the accolades, and I was actually asked to DJ it was like the Black Music Brunch. So they do it annually at the Junos. It's kind of not necessarily affiliated with Junos, but shout out to Mel Boogie. She put me onto that, and Maestro was there, and it was really cool because a moment happened where all these artists were there. So I was like, let me play Stro, let me play, I don't know, everyone was there, Rochester, and they would just jump up and perform. Ghetto Concept, jump up and perform, all these people that it wasn't even planned. I had the Ghetto music, Concept. Let me play it, you know what I mean? They jumped up and did their records, so that was really cool. And I think that actually happened the next night, or on the Sunday night. Scratch did that at the Marquee with like Cardinal and Nelly Furtado and all that. It was a similar thing where a bunch of people just were there and they played their records and it was unplanned and they just jumped in. And,
who are your top 5 Canadian hip hop acts of the 90s who we'd hear on Much Music Rhapsody? Definitely Ghetto Concept, that took me back now. I didn't need to ask you that.
Definitely Cardinal. I mean, I feel like Cardinal doesn't get enough credit for, like, you know, especially putting on Toronto. You know what I mean? Cardinal for sure. I like Socrates. Dope.
Oh, Socrates.
Yeah, man.
Didn't he get into a scuffle with a friend of yours? Maybe you don't want to talk about it.
I wasn't actually there, but I wasn't actually. I wasn't actually there for that. I wasn't actually there for that. I only heard
locally that happened, right?
I believe it might have been in New Brunswick, but yeah. So I wasn't actually there for that, but I did hear.
I'm surprised to hear you mention Socrates for that reason. I thought you might be biased.
Well, nah. See, that's what I mean. I eliminate all that stuff. Like, I don't really, you know, I try to never put my like personal whatever. So Socrates is dope. Whether you know, I know I'm forgetting people. I wouldn't probably limit it to. Well, I like Solitaire too, but I wouldn't probably limit it to just like hip hop. So like I like Daryl Riley,
Infinite.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, Infinite. Cool. I got to do a show with Mishimi a couple years ago at the Grand Oasis in the Parade Square in Halifax. You know what I mean? So she's super dope. But I don't know if I answered all 5, but. Yeah,
I don't know. I got lost because talking about scuffles and shit.
I can't. That was only secondhand info, so I would never really talk about that unless
you weren't there though. For
I wasn't
the record.
there.
Okay. No, I just figured you were there for some reason. I don't know.
I wasn't there. Are you Vlad? Are you Vlad, bro?
No, I like it.
Because you were lawyer during the day, or what?
If I was Vlad, I'd be. So when did you commit your first robbery?
Well, actually,
you were there, right?
We'll save that for part 3.
Cross-examination.
That must be a lawyer during the day or some shit, bro.
He got it, bro.
I got some cases I need cleared up. You don't represent me or what?
I like it. I like the digging.
I got a question. I don't know if you're ready to answer it. I can't remember. Where'd you get your name from? Where you get?
I'm glad you asked me. See, these are all the origin questions. I love this. So, I mean, my name is Ryan Summers, so the RS.
Yeah.
And then, so it was 2 of my friends, Danielle and Yvette from Beachville, just in like '94. They just named me RS Smooth, and I just kind of kept it from there. And then, I mean, if you realize, especially back then, there was a CL Smooth, like Pete Rock is CL Smooth. So
yeah.
And it's funny because then my friend Dennis went by D Rock, so D Rock and RS Smooth. It was like Pete Rock and CL Smooth. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's how I got it. And so the RS is just my initials and Smooth. And then I kind of like, I don't know if it fits me or whatever, but I try to also like mix that way and just be kind of Smooth Grooves was more like what I wanted to play as like hip hop soul was the. I always played like when I first got on Funk and Effect, I played rap and reggae because Kendall was playing the R&B and the funk, so I kind of always brought the rap and reggae. Reggae was always a part of everything I played, and so when I went to Smooth Grooves, I did more like hip hop soul and reggae, and then eventually added like Afrobeats and soca like 15 years ago before it was hot, especially Afrobeats, and then So I play all that stuff just because it's not on the radio anywhere around here. You know, so
It's not there for real, man. And you're right, man. DJs don't have the space that you have to do what they want to do. Really, they're kind of like in a box. A lot of us are in a box that you got to stay in this and that.
yeah, if you only do clubs, I mean, if you want to do more, get another outlet for that and put it up. Whether it's just do mixes or find a Mixcloud or SoundCloud or whatever, or get your own radio. Or, I mean, you could say podcasts as far as mixes, I guess, but you know, I feel like just do it on a Mixcloud or a SoundCloud.
I'm with that, man.
Cool. Them ideas over here.
Good.
I put my
Should
Feelings
be.
reflexes on there. I put my Feelings like yeah. That's it. That's why I use SoundCloud a lot for my release.
Seriously, and it's like I feel like it's catered for DJs, so you can put.
Yeah.
Well, I hope. I mean, I hope it's not restricted, but
It still is. It still is. I've seen some big DJs got taken out of there, but SoundCloud. I'm talking about SoundCloud, but
Mixcloud, they did just switch something where you can't play multiple artists in a row, or if
Really?
you play 2 songs by artist. If it's like 3 songs, they might shut down your mix. And
Yeah, I heard something about
Yeah,
that.
I
it's
didn't even
so
know
stupid.
about that.
Because I feel like they just don't want people to like do a mix. Like you could be playing the whole album, like you know,
Right,
and
right.
mask it as a mix, and you know
They trying to like avoid that.
so
Makes
it
sense.
might not be available in certain countries. They said, let alone they might just not post it, like you know. So
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for coming by
Said
again
we were done.
for part 2. What did you say?
Hey, no one said we was done. We might have more questions over here.
if any, I don't,
You know
man,
what I mean?
here I
The-
don't care.
The lawyer over here might get more questions. DJ trying to get some ID.
Oh no, it's good
No.
insight, though. It's good insight.
If there's more to be said, that's why we have future
Go
episodes.
to part 3.
If that's what it gotta be, that's what it will be.
Again, I don't know. I just want to say thank you for having me. Like,
Oh, thank
I
you
didn't
for
say it
coming by,
enough
man.
last time.
You know, like we like to say, the first time you hear you're a guest, the second time you're like fam, third time might
Part
put
of the show.
might put you to work.
Sounds good to me. And one other thing, I just want to say, like, people don't understand. Like, I've been doing this like next year, and you know, knock on wood, will be like 32 years.
Nice.
And 27 years of Smooth Grooves. Like the fact that people still are checking for me and whatever, like supporting. I can't express enough the gratitude and you know just how the passion I still have for this. I'm just so happy to still be here after all this time and still be getting you know opportunities. And I just today, guy, and I don't know if you got the message, but I just got asked to audition to be a DJ in some TV show they're filming here or whatever. So it's hilarious.
I think, 2 people sent me that. I didn't email the person.
So just stuff like that, like I, you know, went out of nowhere. I never knew.
They
Like,
never.
whatever, so
See, Smooth so freaking legendary. They didn't even need the email. Bro. They sent him an email.
yeah, I was just like, wow. So yeah,
They said, "Yo,
I sent it to you.
You did. Somebody else sent it to me too. Like, I appreciate y'all for sending it to me. Like, thanks for considering me there.
so just all these opportunities, I'm just so happy for. So thanks for having me for sure.
Oh yeah, and we'll have you back, of course.
Definitely.
All right, that's it for this episode. I'm John Kizzy. You know who is he? AKA Philly Gene, because I know who I be, and I'm here with King Tigger,
The King of Kings.
DJ Laton,
I'm back.
cousin Ray Ray, and Matthew on the mic right now.
No catchphrase.
No catchphrase, Matthew. And our extra special guests are Smooth,
Thank you.
and we out.
Deuces.
Peace.